thing away from myself, thinking I'm just gonna, lose every game I play against him. I ran him close on Sunday, and he's still there to be beaten. I can beat him. I've beaten him in many.
Aguero, Solskjaer, Deeney, Watkins. Sure, you know all about those last-minute goals, but have you heard the one about the on-loan goalkeeper who saved his temporary employers from disappearing out the Football League and into almost certain financial oblivion? Back in 1999, Carlisle United, managed by Nigel Pearson, were fighting to stay in the Football League. Carlisle's finances were precarious with a capital P that season, leading to a scenario where, with 3 games to go, they had to ask the FA to sanction an emergency loan deal to bring in a goalkeeper. Swindon Town's Jimmy Glass arrived at the club. His efforts in his first 2 games earned the Cumbrians 2 draws. Those vital points meant that Carlisle went into their final game of the Division 3 season, now League 2, needing to beat mid-table Plymouth Argyle in front of their own fans and hope their relegation rival Scarborough didn't win against Peterborough at home. The game at the McCain Stadium finished 1-1, and with the same scoreline at Brunton Park deep into injury time, Scarborough's fans invaded the pitch en masse, believing their Football League status was secure, convinced they'd done enough to stay up. However, there'd be one more plot twist. Carlisle won a corner in the dying seconds, and up came Jimmy Glass. In one of those you couldn't make it up moments, Glass scored from a rebounded header and was promptly swamped by teammates and thousands of fans who quite simply couldn't believe what they'd just witnessed. As for Jimmy Glass, he became an overnight celebrity, but he never played for Carlisle again, and his playing career never really kicked on after that defining moment. He took on various jobs outside of football before finding his way back into the sport as player liaison officer at Eddie Howe's Bournemouth, and most recently the general manager at non-league Wimborne. Not the fairy tale ending to one of the most Hollywood moments in football, but the name Jimmy Glass will live on forever as the scorer of that goal, arguably the most important in any club's history.
Good morning, 5 minutes after 6 o'clock. How are we? Wet and dreary again out there, I'm afraid. talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark, the UK's biggest used car sale, is ending soon. Alan Brazil, delighted to say alongside a two-time League Cup winner with United, and a man who famously did this to Jamie the Chunk O'Hara.
Jamie O'Hara, he has to give Ben Foster his first test, and the goalkeeper saves it!
You see, that is football.
No, it isn't. That's Jamie. That's right. Delighted to say here with me for the entire show this morning, former Blues, Watford, All Round proper Premier League goalie, Ben Foster joins us. Ben, you okay there? You all right with the...
I haven't got a clue what I'm doing with these earphones, mate.
But, you know, every now and again I look at the backroom staff, say, help. Is there any chance? You know, Ben's not been in the studio for about 8 months. Any chance someone can help him?
There's no, the hole's not big enough for it to go into. We'll be all right. We'll be all right.
That's what you put. Don't worry. We'll sort it at half time. Right, how you been? Busy?
Yeah, good as gold. Thank you very much, mate. Yeah, busy. It's always busy, isn't it, really? There's always stuff to talk about. Football, the way it moves so quickly, there's always some new stories to talk about, isn't there?
Well, I dodged a bullet last night. I was going to back Ireland with 14 star. It sounded really inviting to me.
You'd have been unlucky, you know, because they did all right. They got back into it. Yeah, they were I think 20-odd down at half time, and then they got back into it, 14.
How many unlucky bookies, you know?
I know. Always come out on top, don't they?
They do. So I'm going to watch that today again, because it sounds as if the French were red hot at times.
Yeah, very, very. I'm going to Twickenham tomorrow, actually. Yeah, I got into the rugby, haven't I? I've got into it. My son plays. He's 16 years old, loves his rugby, and we're loving watching it as well. So I went to Twickenham for the first time a couple of months ago for the Autumn Internationals, went to watch New Zealand, and then going again tomorrow with a load of our family friends.
Brilliant. Great day. Well, hopefully the rain...
the rain won't stop. It's awful forecast for tomorrow as well, so we've got to take the brolly.
Right, starting with Man United then, they seem to have turned a corner since the arrival, excuse me, of Michael Carrick as interim boss, winning all 3 of his matches in charge, so far including results against City and Arsenal. Listen, I don't know, maybe they're after a big name, maybe they've got one lined up, but I think Michael, he's got to be worth a chance, surely. Surely.
If he, what have they got left now, 15 odd games of the season? If he goes and wins 10 of them, they have to give him the job. Because I don't know what the answer is, Alan. I don't know what the answer is to these big teams and who the manager needs to be nowadays. I really don't.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. And he seems very sensible, calm, cool, collective. You know, he's not getting carried away as well.
That's what he was like as a player as well. I was at United with Michael, and he was always that same way. Never got too excited, never got carried away. And that's what he looks like with his management style as well. I think the lads look up to him. I think the lads appreciate him, this nice, calm demeanour. I think it changes if he does get given the job. It changes from being that interim guy, the one where everyone's friends and pally, and then when somebody becomes your boss, it might change a little bit. But if he does a good job, they've got to give it to him.
What should the board say? Should they make a statement saying, "Oh, he's here to at least the end of the season"?
Yes, they've got to do that. They've got to back him until the end of the season. Like I say, he's won 3 out of 3. The games he's won as well, obviously, brilliant games. Man City, Arsenal, he's up for Manager of the Month as well, which he should be winning.
Does he want that?
I know, the curse. But no, he's got a couple winnable games coming up as well. Obviously, started with Tottenham on Saturday morning, and then I think it's West Ham after that as well, isn't it? But yeah, I think if he gets a good run of games together, gets a few points, I think they've got to give him it until the end of the season at least.
Talking to Tottenham, Glenn Hoddle coming up later on. A huge game against Spurs coming up at Old Trafford lunchtime tomorrow. Of course, you'll be able to hear it all live right here on talkSPORT on game day. Speaking to the media yesterday ahead of the game, Michael Carrick was asked whether he has been surprised at just how well his team have taken to his arrival.
To be honest, it was coming in at the very start, and then they get the game so quickly. It was kind of step by step, so I wasn't really looking too far ahead. And obviously, people were saying at the time of the first 2 games at that point were standout games, and expecting a tough start. And in some ways, that maybe helped and to get the whole group and focused and alive, if you like, going into both games. But yeah, I didn't really look too far ahead, and I couldn't allow myself to do that. But certainly over time, you kind of got a vague idea of what we want it to look like. coming through the door, and certainly since we've been here, that becomes a lot clearer in what direction we want to go in, and how we want to play, but certainly the 3 wins have been fantastic in different ways. So we feel confident we've got a lot of growth in the team and the squad, but it's coming from a good place.
Yeah, Ben, I think it's not just the results they've had, it's the way they've got achieved them.
Yeah, the comeback, especially against Fulham last week, that's the bit that United have been missing for such a long time, is that getting over the line, expectation of getting over the line as well. So many times in years gone by, they'd have been happy with that draw and it'd have been a bit disappointing. Everybody would have gone away flat. But now, the way Old Trafford was last week, you could feel they were trying to suck the ball in the back of the net. And that's the bit that Michael Carrick has brought back to Man United.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, coming up, we turn our attention to the back pages, some more questionable comments from Liam Rosinha, which is getting him a lot of stick online. Shaban will be here with the back page, as I say. Glenn Hoddle coming up, Will Gavin building up the Super Bowl as well. Some cracking guests. It's going to be good. It's going to be a great weekend coming out of this weather. What about this weather?
Miserable, isn't it? Don't look at the forecast on your, you're the weather app on your phone. Don't look at it. It's just miserable.
Yeah. For the next few days, not just today, tomorrow.
For the next 10 days, all it has is rain on it.
Yeah, it's horrendous. Okay, 12 minutes after 6 o'clock.
Let's talk about your team.
All right, come on.
Okay.
I've been waiting.
Let's ask the obvious questions, right? Are you going to do the quadruple? I was going to say double.
Oh, quadruple. Steady on.
No, are you going to do that? I'll tell you why I asked, right? It pains me to say it. I think the league's done, right? And I think if you win at the weekend, you've got Sunderland at home and Man City got Liverpool away.
And Villa got Bournemouth away.
Okay. If you win and they lose...
I'm not worried about Villa.
No, I wouldn't be. But I think it's pretty much done, but that would confirm it for me. You're in the final of the Carabao.
Come on.
Right.
Chabon, I've got Chelsea boots on today. I should have stepped in something yesterday. Would have gave him some good luck, but obviously it didn't. So we got the Chelsea.
You're one of the favourites, if not the favourites, for the Champions League. And the FA Cup at the moment was a little bit too early. What was your fourth round? But are you fancying it?
I think quadruple is a big leap. I think personally, I think the league is our priority. Quadruple it's on the cards, but I think one step at a time. We're in the final. Yeah. Let's get the cup nice and early, May 22nd down at Wembley.
How important is that cup to your season?
I think it's a big. You know what? People trying to play it down like, oh, it's just the Carabao Cup. No, it's not. You saw the guy crying yesterday when they lost. I think if we get this cup nice and early, it's just the whole morale and the whole team spirit. It's just going to give us such a big boost to go on and do the rest. So I think it's nice and early, March 22nd down at Wembley. Let's get the cup in. And then we chase the rest. But it's an important cup, and I think the league, the whole season, everyone's been on, oh, you got the best squad, you're gonna win. I've been kind of on the.
Rushes out to the right hand side, has a man there, throws the interception at the 39-yard line. Returning out to numbers 25, 20. Cooper Sheen down to the 10, down to the 5. Touchdown, Eagles! He's got two blockers. He's gonna go all the way. 10, 5, touchdown! And the rookie has picked off the superstar.
Yes, talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. The real sale, your last chance to save big in your next car. Sale ends on 16th of Feb. Ben Foster alongside me. Why are we playing this classic, Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses? Well, because today marks lead vocalist Axl Rose's 64th birthday. Can you believe it? The headline Glastonbury back in 2023. I don't know what your music's like, Ben. What would your top 3 Glasso headlines be?
Oh, you know what? I'm not into music that much.
No?
No, I'm not into music that much. I don't. Do you know what? I've got no interest in going to a festival whatsoever. Standing in amongst all them people.
My kids do. They love it. But I'm with you.
Nah,
not for me.
Too many people everywhere. I don't like crowded spaces.
Yeah. So, no, you. When was the last time you bought a record or an album or a...
None of that.
No?
None of that.
Well, Ed's the same. Ed used to like his music. He's mobbed on that.
Anything will do me, but nah, won't go out my way for it.
Nah. So 64, Axl Rose. Can you believe it? Right, let's get on to the back pages. Here comes a Shaban.
Back page review on talkSPORT.
Right, Shaban, it's all yours this morning. What you got?
Very good morning, Ben. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Finally, after all this time. Al, how you doing? Loving life?
All right. Yeah, tired, a bit tired this morning, to be honest.
This is your own fault because you were out.
I wasn't out. I was out charitying out.
Yeah, but midnight's out.
I know. It'll be my last one for a while.
Okay, we'll get you a Red Bull on the break. Front page of the Sun, by the way. On me red Sun, Rooney's lad Kai, 16, offered Manchester United deal. Richard Morty saying that in the front page of the Sun today. Any of your kids following in your footsteps?
Is that fair on him, the kid?
Well, if this is what he wants, I mean, it's a dream come true.
Does he want it? No, I'm talking about the front page of the Sun.
Oh,
It's a bit much, isn't it? It's a bit much.
Tina's target from Manchester United.
He's heaping loads of pressure.
But you're going to get that anyway, aren't you? If you're at Manchester United, being Wayne Rooney's son probably adds to the pressure, but he's got the right guy to talk to at home.
Yeah, I agree with Alan a bit, to be honest. I think just on the front page of the newspapers, all that's happened is basically he's done his YT now. And now he's been offered professional terms, which there'll be a lot of players in that young Man United team that would have been offered it, but obviously...
that's a couple of rungs on a long ladder.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. He's still got a long way to go,
Yeah. Back page of the Sun, a ton of trouble is the headline. Gary Stonehouse writing, and Sandro Tonali is growing increasingly frustrated at Newcastle. The Italy midfielder was linked with a deadline day move to Arsenal, while Manchester City and Chelsea are also huge admirers of the £100 million rated ace. So he was obviously seen in that conversation with Pep Guardiola in the semi-final of the Cup earlier on in the week. There's a bit of pressure on Newcastle and Eddie Howe now.
There is, and he doesn't want to lose him because I wasn't sure about him when he first came, then he got banned. But I'm sure about him now. He's a top player, about 100 million.
That trio, if they start dismantling that little trio of midfielders that Newcastle have got, that's got trouble written all over it. That is, because there's a little. I think the Newcastle fans are a little bit umming and ahhing as to where they are at this moment in time. Eddie Howe's been under question a little bit. Results haven't been fantastic. Position in the league isn't great. Where you look at the resources they've got as well, they should be up there a little bit higher, I think. But trouble times maybe at Newcastle at the moment. Yeah,
it does seem a little bit like that. But he's such a brilliant manager, and they've had such a successful last couple of seasons that it's almost that then you become a victim of the success. But they should be building on that.
I thought they were great against Liverpool, and then Liverpool got on top and beat them. Do you remember?
Football's honestly funny old game. 4-1 doesn't tell the story whatsoever. But at the end of the day, you put the goals away. That's it, isn't it? You get the win. Let's focus on Chelsea. Liam Rosenior back pages again. Rosenior hits out at Arsenal. Chelsea head coach accused the opponents of disrespect for disrupting his side's warm-up before the cup tie.
I wouldn't come out with that, me.
I guess he was asked about it.
Bat it away. Use your brains. Use your head. Say, mate, what's your point? You saying that costs the game? No.
He got a bit excited, didn't he? Really, you saw if you've watched the video, I'd love to see how far onto their side of the pitch they were, because they didn't pan round, did they? They just showed him giving a bit to somebody. You didn't see who it was at. You didn't see how far they were into there. If they're right in their half and they're constantly doing it, then I get it. I understand it, but still, it's just calm it down.
Rosenior mentioned that it could be mind games, though. Do you believe that the Arsenal players were creeping into that half to get in their heads, or was it just a genuine?
They've done the job either way. They've got in their head either way.
Well, now he's talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Arsenal were favourites to win that game for me. Why would you? Nah. Maybe you might say, look, you know the rules, stay in your own half, but nah, I don't. I think we're looking at a big problem here that's not a problem.
Yeah, I don't think they need to resort to doing that, Arsenal.
Yeah, he said in the interview, I've never asked my team to approach on the opposition's territory. I didn't think it was right. Where they were operating, they were affecting my lads' warm-up. What's your thoughts on Rosinha?
I'm still a little bit waiting for it, to be honest with you. The results are ultimately going to be the thing that dictates whether he's a success or not. Some of the things he comes out and says, obviously the world that we live in now, social media, they're so quick to make memes up, honestly, Alan. I don't know if you're on Twitter, Instagram, any of this kind of stuff.
A little, but not really.
It's brutal, honestly. It's a brutal place to be at times. They are so quick at making these memes up, David Brent and all that. And that, I think, subconsciously seeps into people's minds and it makes their mind up for them. But yeah, I think, like I say, it's just going to be down to results. It is simple as that.
And you've got to be able to, I think, laugh that off as well. I mean, look at Arteta. You know, he got it all when the documentary came out, his light bulb moment.
He rode that storm, didn't he, though? He rode that storm by winning games. I know they haven't necessarily won any trophies, really, but he's been winning games and you can see the progression.
Yeah.
He does look a lot more relaxed, doesn't he?
Yeah, he definitely
But there's some big games to come.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you heard this story yesterday. I feel a bit uncomfortable talking to you about this story.
Well, don't talk to me about it.
But I have to, because it's my job. Have you heard
Says who?
Have you heard the penis injection story?
No, but it sounds painful.
Strap yourself in. Ski pumper's penis probe. Rob Mull writing in The Sun, drug busters will set up a penis probe. This news came yesterday in talkSPORT.
I see you weren't asked to do that. You've just suddenly thought,
I like that. I'm going for that one.
Yeah.
You need to hear this. You'll need a bit of this. The surface area of ski jumping suits impacts stability and buoyancy in the air. So apparently athletes are injecting acid into their pee-pee in order to go further. Because when they get their suits fitted, it's all measurements. But when that area is bigger, the suit flaps a bit more, meaning they can go a couple of metres further.
Oh, away you go.
I'm not kidding now.
Sounds painful.
Away you go, honestly.
I mean, under any
circumstances. You believe in this?
It's true. It came out yesterday.
Marginal gains, they call it. It sounds painful.
A couple of metres, though, is a big game.
Inches.
Not there.
Inches matter everywhere, all right? Inches.
Injection, does it? Get me one, will you? A couple of metres. Strap it my ankle.
Jesus. But, yeah, I mean, great story that went around yesterday. We actually, a lot of people are asking where it goes. So,
into what part of it?
Do you want to be my volunteer?
Oh,
you need a bigger injection than that for me.
bigger needle.
So,
what's the other one?
We have our aubergine and we have our needle. If you're watching,
don't tell me where that aubergine's meant to go.
That's actually the dog's toy.
All right, okay.
Looks painful, that one.
Yeah. Hold on, just for proof, by the way, in case anyone thinks I'm carrying an aubergine with me, straight into the end of it.
Oh, no.
But apparently it makes it bigger, Al. So
away you go.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey, some people might be into that. Each to their own.
Well, that's everybody feeling uncomfortable at 6:25 on a Friday morning. You looking forward to the Six Nations?
I am. I missed it last night. I had to do something.
Oh, Ireland off to the worst start ever, beaten by France 36-14. Coming up at the weekend, of course, we've got all the updates in talkSPORT for Twickenham. Wales against England. Your favourite's been England. I was listening to you in the week.
Yeah, but the way France played, they on paper, they have the best games, haven't they? All right, they've got to go to Murrayfield as of England, but they've got Ireland at home in Paris, that's gone. And they've got England last game, so that's why they're favourites, to be honest.
Yeah, it was a good game last night, to be fair.
It was
very strong. I'm actually going tomorrow to Twickenham. I'm looking forward to it as well. Really got into my rugby over the last couple of years. Really, really enjoyed it.
Do you watch club rugby, though, or is it
a little bit, yeah. Like I say, my son plays, he's 16.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, so really getting into it. He's always watching the club rugby as well, but whenever there's autumn internationals on or Six Nations or anything like that, we're all over.
So how does he feel watching football now? when a player goes down, he's a little flick on the ear or a flick in the shoulder.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I love it.
How does he feel about that?
But we're exactly the same. I'm the same as you, Alan. I see some things and I think, come on, boys, like you're better than this.
Embarrassing.
You play acting, you're acting, all right? And it's the opposite in rugby. They try to show that they're not injured. They're doing everything they can. They might be really, really hurt, but they'll give it everything they can to show that they're not hurt, just so that they can not let that opposition get the better of them.
Yeah, no, it is. I actually think it's pure ick as well. You see them rolling around like that.
Oh, no,
it's ridiculous, isn't it?
All right, Shaban, that's your first bit done.
Do you want the aubergine?
No, but go and sort out, stiffen up some of them stories. Coming up, 6:26, Will Gavin coming up.
You can believe what? Why is it so hard to believe a black man than a white man? Understand me? Why is it so hard to believe a black man than a white man?
Why you don't believe it?
Why is it?
Let me answer the question.
Yeah,
go on.
So we go there.
First and foremost, it's got nothing to do with colour.
No, it does. This whole country got some. This whole world got something to do with race. You think you pan out? You think you have a? You think you done had a great life? You think your life has been like mine?
How is Derek Chisora then, out of curiosity, given he's a black man, a national treasure in this country then? It's not about colour. You called somebody a cheat. I asked you a question.
Oh, come on. You have a whole lot of black people around this
the question. Thank you. Stop, bro. You like the question. All right, I moved on.
Stop it.
I moved on.
Man, come on, man. Y'all can't tell, man.
So the bronze bomber, there he is.
Yeah, come on, man.
Come on, we can have a disagreement, can't we?
Life, as a little boy and I bet your view as a little boy is totally different than my view as a little boy. Most black people, why we so into it with each other, because we have PTSD. We done been through so much so much
you wanted to move on, right?
Come on, man. It's hard to move on when you don't know the truth, and that's when I come in and try to give you a vision, a little insight of what we go through as black people, man.
I got it.
You know, you don't get it.
Well, okay.
None of y'all get it.
Where do you want me to go?
Y'all don't get it. And that's the problem. You think you get what you don't understand.
Okay.
Why is it so hard?
Pull it back into the fight. Let's talk about the fight.
It's hard to put it back. I'm from the South. You understand?
Come on, let's pull it back into the fight.
It's hard when y'all don't understand.
I get it.
Another situation. I said I didn't want to talk about the situation. Now you got me riled up.
Fair enough.
Wild as that. You understand? I feel. You understand me?
I got it.
You don't mean that, man.
Okay, stop
shouting. Man, let me get the out of here, bro. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Talking about my peoples and all that. It's hard to believe a black man than a white man. Cheated. Tell him to sue me so I can show the facts early. Because when the documentary and everything, the story come out, I'm going to show everything.
Fantastic.
I'm going to get all the people that know and all the people that's in.
Time for another one of those what-if sliding doors moments from the world of football. In 2010, Sam Allardyce's Blackburn Rovers were plodding along in the Premier League, never really in danger of relegation, but not sharp enough in front of goal to challenge for a European place. The club's then head of recruitment, Martin Glover, was alerted to a Polish striker at Lech Poznan, who'd scored 21 goals in 34 games. His name, Robert Lewandowski. Glover and Allardyce flew to Poland to watch the 21-year-old, and they liked what they saw. Conversations were had, and all that remained was for Lewandowski to fly to England to have a look around and talk Turkey. However, a once-in-a-blue-moon geological incident had other ideas. After 187 years of dormancy, the Eyjafjallajökull volcano in Iceland erupted, causing flights across Europe to be grounded for nigh on a month. That meant that Lewandowski never made it to Ewood Park, and Borussia Dortmund beat Blackburn to his signature. He'd go on to win 10 Bundesligas and 1 La Liga at various clubs. Just imagine that sort of impact on Blackburn's history, Sam Allardyce's CV, and the shape of English football itself.
.33 talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. The UK's biggest used car sale is ending soon. Excuse me. So check it out right now. Former Watford United and Birmingham City goalkeeper Ben Foster with us. Just a reminder, closing today 4 o'clock is your final chance to win the holiday of a lifetime, a 7-day trip to the New Year's Test. This is great for 2 people in Cape Town, plus £2,500 spending money. For T's and C's and how to enter, head to talksport.com/win. Now, yesterday, Sam Jordan issued his much anticipated response a day on from Wednesday's explosive interview with Deontay Wilder, which saw the American heavyweight storm out. Wilder clearly didn't want to speak about Tyson Fury, and Sam said he just wanted to know why.
I was a little bit embarrassed because I thought the show's coming off the rails and it was a big show and Deontay Wilder's a big name, so I'm sitting there thinking I'm a bit embarrassed by it. Then I thought, he's a bit of a tit. And then I thought, is he on drugs or something, or is this theatrics? And then I just came around to the conclusion that he's not right. He's not well. And all this ayahuasca stuff it's probably worked in reverse. I thought it was supposed to make you calm and zen-like. Listen, I didn't provoke Deontay Wilder by asking him a question that he didn't want to answer. I asked him a question about something he'd said, not something I was trying to engineer into clickbait. He called Tyson Fury a cheat. He's sitting in England. Tyson Fury, in some people's minds, is a legend in boxing. And so you're sitting in England. I thought, not unreasonable. Someone else asked him the question, and he didn't like it.
What I liked about that interview is when Deontay got out of his seat and edged towards Simon. Simon looked around in dismay, said, I'm not a fan of Fury. I'm not a fan of Fury. He was looking for support. He was looking for the heavies. Where's the heavies? Where's the cavalry?
I wouldn't fancy getting in the way of him. What was he, 6'7" or 8" or something like that? He's massive, blooming heck.
There was clearly something not right with him.
Yeah, that's the way that boxers are. They're a strange breed, aren't they? Especially these ones who have a big fight coming up. They always need to just do something that gets you talking. And I think he's done this to try and drum up a little bit of interest, a bit of support, and the fact that we're talking about it today, probably job done, isn't it?
Is there any way back for him? If he beats Derek Chisora, Derek's a warrior, but he's big expected to beat Derek.
Yeah, he's big expected, and I don't really think it's going to make a mark on anything, is it? Really, he's, like I say, he's expected to beat him. He's lost a couple fights recently that I think he's just too far down the pecking order now.
I do. Are you a big boxing fan?
Yeah, I like my boxing, to be fair. I've been to a couple, actually. Last one I went to watch was Fury Chisora. It was Fury Chisora, actually. So, honestly, the size of these blokes, like Fury, blooming. Like, he tires you out just by leaning on you. The guy's that big and heavy. All he has to do is just keep leaning on you, and it must sap the energy out of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, here we go. Now, in 2 days, just 2 days, the New England Patriots and Seattle Seahawks will meet in San Francisco for Super Bowl 60, and it's live right here on talkSPORT.
I always wanted to be a champion. I always wanted to be a Super Bowl champion, and the opportunity is right there in front of us.
I'm just glad I'm going to the Super Bowl. It don't matter about the opponent, but we going. Seahawks win, and the Seahawks are going back to the Super Bowl. Can you believe it?
Goes to Walker, cuts back to the left. Huge amounts of space on that side. He's hitting the floor, but he gets into the end zone, strolling back. Less of a Walker, more of a stroll into the end zone.
Man, they doubted us all year. We in the bowl, baby.
May three-step drop. He looks, he fires end zone. Outstretched hands, brought in, touchdown, Patriots!
Do you feel like they've been disrespected?
It doesn't matter. I mean, we're in the Super Bowl.
Don't let go of the rope. You belong here. The Seahawks, New England Patriots. Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California.
Right, so we're nearly there. Will you stay up through the night, Ben?
Absolutely no chance, Alan. Absolutely zero chance. I'll probably watch the highlights in the morning. I love my sleep too much. So, you know the boxing ones, you know when they have them at 3, 4 in the morning?
Yeah.
I'll watch in the morning, thanks.
No, I'm a bit with you. Anyway, fresh from radio now, when I'm told his ego has had a rigorous massage. We're about to be joined by talkSPORT's very own viral NFL commentator, Big Ginge, known as Will Gavin. Let's hear what happened when Big Ginge caught up with the one and only Rob Gronkowski, the Gronk.
Rob, firstly, I spoke to you briefly earlier. I wanted to thank you so much for your kind words on Kay Adams.
Yeah.
It was amazing to see you. Thanks so much.
No problem, man. You did great. You were in London calling the game, and you can just, tell just how enthusiastic you are for the game of football, and that you were the right fit to call the game out there in London. So thank you for doing a good job and bringing the juice to the table for the game.
Love it, man. Thank you so much. Would you ever consider going into the booth? Obviously, your buddy Tom Brady's done it. Yeah. Is that something you fancy at some point?
Oh, man, I taught Tom Brady everything that he knows. That's why he's in the booth, because he stole all my knowledge. I don't have it anymore. He emptied my brain and took all my knowledge. Thank you for doing a good job and bringing the juice to the table for the game.
Loving you is easy 'cause you're beautiful. Making love with you is all I wanna do. Loving you.
Oh yeah, Big Ginge was on his knees there. Don't you worry about that. Let's waste no time in bringing the man himself, who specifically asked the Mini Ripperton there, is Big Ginge. Big Ginge Will Gavin. Will, how are we, pal?
I'm certainly spending no time on my knees, thank you very much, Al. Appreciate it. How are we doing, boys?
We're very well. Are we getting closer to game time now? How is Frisco? Is it beginning to hot up?
Yeah, I've had to step out. We were just in a sensational little bar just off of Union Square, where we're having a nice little nightcap with a few of the other journalists who are out here covering the game from the US and from the UK. But I was told it was a bit too loud in there, so I'm now just basically sat in the area outside the toilets chatting to you lot. So it's a glamorous life being out here in San Francisco, buddy.
So you mentioned the UK journalists and, of course, Americans. How big is it around the world elsewhere?
I tell you, when we first started doing it, the first time we were on Radio Row was Super Bowl 49, 11 years ago. And at that point, it was just us and then like one table from ESPN Mexico, and that was it. Now we've got 2 tables of guys from Ireland. We've got guys from Mexico, Australia, where they've just announced the 49ers are going to be playing the Rams, New Zealand. Like, it's truly become a global sport over the last decade or so. And, we're leading the way on that, boys.
Well, explain these two teams to an absolute layman of NFL. So the Seahawks and the Patriots. In Premier League terms, what sort of teams do these closely resemble?
So the Patriots traditionally are a Man United type in that they were dominant for a good 20-year span, won 6 Super Bowls in that time with Bill Belichick, who is very much an Alex Ferguson, and Tom Brady. And then over the last 4 or 5 years, a little bit like United as well, they haven't had a huge amount of success. But they've got a new head coach, they've got a new quarterback, and they've gone from winning just 4 out of 17 games last season to getting all the way to the Super Bowl. Incredibly impressive from a young team, a hungry team, an exciting team. And they could score a lot of points. They're very fun to watch, like Liverpool when they're in their absolute pomp. And then on the other side of things, you've got just a defensive juggernaut in the Seattle Seahawks. So I guess a little bit like Arsenal this season. It's not always going to be pretty. It's not always like a lot of set-piece type situations, but they will just grind you down and they will beat you into the ground. They will not let you score. And when Arsenal are at their best, I guess it's like that. So if I had to make the comparison, that's where we are. I like the Seahawks a lot this weekend. It'd be a great underdog story if the Patriots can do it.
And we'll have to suggest, I hear a lot of female voices giggling in the background. Is that getting to do with your weight loss? You're in the market?
I should ask you exactly the same, Al. You're looking fantastic, absolutely trim. So, you and I are obviously on a wonderful journey together. Don't worry, the weight loss journey is not stopping me from enjoying myself.
I can't wait for Bad Bunny. Oh.
What's your favourite Bad Bunny song, Alan? I'm with you. I haven't got a clue, mate.
I can't find San Francisco. What about?
Listen,
who else is on? It can't just be Bad Bunny.
If it was just Bad Bunny, it would be brilliant because Bad Bunny had 19.8 billion Spotify streams last year. In a year where Taylor Swift had a new album, he still had more streams than her. He's the most popular artist in the world. Yes, he's a Latin music artist. Yes, it's Spanish language. But I think it's going to be a heck of a show on Sunday. Green Day are doing the pre-game, and actually we're going to a party tomorrow night where Green Day are performing for just sort of 300-400 people, so a real treat for us. This is what happens when you're big time out. You start getting invited to the big parties.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, how difficult is it to get a pass into one of the big ones?
Well, for me, not very difficult at all, but it's whether or not I get a +1 to bring the rest of the boys. That's the question.
Will's gone viral, apparently, I've heard. He's suddenly a bit of a superstar.
Yeah, he's not eating.
Yeah. Listen, it's been bizarre this week. I kind of talked to you guys a bit about it on Wednesday, but when these clips went viral in the UK and we were chatting to people in the office taking the mick out of me and other journalists congratulating me, I never really thought of it going anywhere. But today we spoke to like 4 or 5 Hall of Famers, and like Michael Irvin, the Cowboys' legendary wide receiver, 3-time Super Bowl winner, absolute hero, he'd seen our commentary online, and like stuff like that has been absolutely mad. So it's been really lovely to get like a lot of compliments, a lot of positivity thrown my way, but there's no doubt that I'm going to need a big old ego check by the end of this weekend. Somebody is going to have to humble me. And I'm sure when I get back into the office on Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, that's going to be Big Al.
Who's going to win then, mate?
I think Seattle. I know that we are like Seattle are at the moment with the bookmakers 4.5-point favourites. And if you look over the last 15 years, when a team is 4.5 points or more favourites, they've actually lost the Super Bowl every single time, 6 separate occasions in that 15-year span. But I just think they're going to be too strong for New England. I think it'll be a fun game. I think it'll be a tight game. But I think the Seahawks will win out in the end.
I tell you what, Will, enjoy, mate. Make every minute of it. You'll have a great time over there. Enjoy, pal. Enjoy the game and the parties, of course, the build-ups. And enjoy Bad Bunny, whatever his name is. Don't forget, live coverage of the Super Bowl coming this Sunday, right here on talkSPORT. The game gets underway 11:30, and Big Ginge is going to be well up for it. Right, still to come on Breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Download the new improved app to easily manage your accounts and quotes.
World's gone mad. We'll kick off our build-up to another important Premier League weekend at 7 a.m. this morning with top football writer, broadcaster Henry Winter, co-host of the Sunday edition. Find out why Chelsea boss Liam Rosenior isn't best pleased with the Arsenal.
In that moment, I didn't think that respect was shown to my team.
There you go. I don't know. I'm not sure I can have that. But anyway, he's not happy. Next, though. Here's the big news from the Championship. More and Leicester's points deduction, which had left them in real danger, by the way, of relegation to League One. That was a breakfast preview with Travis Perkins here on talkSPORT.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Get free next day track delivery. Head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app.
listen. Look, tonight's a tough. Dom. Look, tonight is a tough night. I get it. It was a poor performance. You look like you're a bit flat. You look like you've run out a bit of esteem. But to say that he's under pressure, I'm amazed that you're saying it, because you sound like you know what you're talking about, Dom. And I'd be amazed if you think about Eddie Howe getting the sack. You won the Carabao Cup last season. It's the first time you've won a trophy at like what? 30 years or something ridiculous, right?
70 years.
70 years.
And
I
cannot thank that bloke enough for giving me that day at Wembley.
Okay, but so where's the credit? So where's the credit in the bank then? You're in the Champions League. You've qualified for the playoffs, right? You're 7 points off fourth, right? You sold your best player that you've seen since probably Alan Shearer in Isak last season, right?
And reinvested the money.
Yeah, but you've been reinvested it in money on players who are nowhere near as good as Isak. You know,
so
and that's just
fundamentally something is wrong. Howe wants control of transfers. If that's Howe's control of transfers, he should be nowhere near them. If he was at any other club, any other big club, if he was at Man City, Man United, Tottenham, Arsenal, Chelsea, he'd have been sacked pre-Christmas.
No, he wouldn't, mate.
And there's no denying that.
I don't believe that.
He would. Chelsea have proven that before, Jamie.
But Chelsea, you can't compare Chelsea to Newcastle. You can't, Don. I'm sorry.
You're not, Jamie. Sat Mourinho the week before a cup final. You probably would have stood a chance of winning with Mourinho in charge. But Ryan Mason never made a game in his life before him.
Yeah, but that was a terrible decision.
No, just before we Dom, I understand what you're saying. You're not the only Newcastle fan I've spoken to about this. There is still a lot of football to be played. Okay, you're out the Carabao Cup, disappointed. You couldn't hold on to it. You won last year. Where for the rest of this season now, Eddie Howe has got to prove that he is more than capable, because there is only 7 points between it. There's a lot of traffic in between.
Rushes out to the right-hand side, has a man there, throws the interception at the 39-yard line, returning out to numbers 25, 20, Cooper down to the 10, down to the 5, touchdown Eagles! He's got two blockers, he's going to go all the way, 10, 5, touchdown! And the rookie has picked off the superstar!
Coming up 9 minutes before 7. I tell you what, Ben, before we go, we're going to talk men's curling, where we definitely will get some sort of medal. Before I do, we'll do the Premier with Henry Winter coming up. But the Championship's hotting up as well, isn't it? Top and bottom.
Top and bottom, yeah. Coventry seemingly running away with it a month ago or so. And now Middlesbrough level on points. But the bottom of the Championship is the bit that, honestly, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, in years gone by, they're all Premier League teams. They are the teams down there now. Blackburn, my team, West Brom.
What has happened?
Honestly, it's heartbreaking to see. It really, really is. But it just goes to show how quickly football can change. See, Leicester down there, they won the Premier League 10 years ago. Won the Premier League, and now they're in the relegation zone. Obviously, I know with the points deduction, we're going to talk about that later as well. But
Hull City flying.
Hull City absolutely
home to
flying
Bristol
as well.
City.
Yeah.
Norwich City, they're coming. They've still got a long way to go. They take on Blackburn.
They needed it as well because
Carrow Road, I think they
struggling.
can win that. Ipswich Scotty Derby, that's a good game.
Big game. Derby have been absolutely flying as well. This time of the season is where you really need to start putting a run together. If you can put 4, 5, 6 wins together now, gets you right up into that promotion places. That's what you want to be doing.
Lose against Leicester, and the other one I'm interested, Wrexham against Millwall.
Wrexham, what a season they've had so far. A little bit of a rocky start, couple tough games, but really found their feet. They've signed some good players in the window, just closed as well. If they can get a playoff place come the end of the season, what a season that is.
Right, Ben Foster alongside me. What do we know about this Friday morning? Michael van Gerwen kicked off his bid for an 8th Premier League title in style. Victory on night 1 of the 2026 tournament. Excuse me, up in Newcastle. Ben, you were spotted at the Darts World Champs, having a fantastic time. Did you enjoy that?
I did, mate. I loved it. First time I've ever been. Have you been before?
No.
It's unreal, honestly. You'd get pelters, though. You'd get absolute pelters. The problem is you sat down at a table and you've got a stand next to you, and they're all watching you. They're all having a few bevies, so they're all a bit lively. Within minutes, they'd noticed me, and they was, Foster, down a pint. So you're down in a pint, and then 10 minutes later, they start singing it again. You got to down the pint, or else they're booing.
It was brilliant.
Right. Oh, no, it was brilliant, mate.
How was the darts anyway?
Yeah, we didn't really watch much of the darts, but it's such a good atmosphere as well, though. No drama, no trouble. It was a lovely day.
So last night, ruthless France inflicted more pain on Ireland as the Six Nations holders opened their title defence with a bonus point victory at the Stade de France. And Leicester, we heard Ben earlier, Leicester City have been docked 6 points by the English Football League for breaching financial rules. Football finance expert Stefan Borson, he joined Drive yesterday and explained why this might actually be good news for Leicester.
There's a line in the Leicester announcement that's made tonight that says that the decision, because of some of the detail in this decision, means that they have complied with 24-25. Now, that would mean, therefore, that they're in a pretty good position going forward, have dealt with some of the really big years of losses that they had in the sort of post-title winning, post-European period, and then the relegation period. And maybe now they can start to rebuild from a more firm financial basis.
There you go, football finance expert Stefan Borson. Right, the 2026 Winter Games across Northern Italy, beautiful, officially begins today. With the opening ceremony, though, several events have already been well underway by then. Ice hockey, ski jumping, snowboarding and future figure skating are among the events that have all started. On the other event that has kicked off already is the curling. Now, I'm delighted to say John is now a man who knows exactly what it likes to stand on a podium. It's a very good morning to 2014 silver medalist and now the coach of Team GB's men's curling team. A very good morning to Michael Goodfellow. Michael, morning.
Morning, guys.
Michael, how are we looking? Because when I look at the medals table, I think curling's a great chance for us.
Yeah, traditionally has been, and it's very much so this year as well. Bruce and Jen are playing in the mixed doubles just now. They won the silver medal at the Worlds last year, so they're very much in contention. Still early days in the event, but they've started well. So fingers crossed they continue. And on the men's side as well, the team that I coach are ranked number 1 in the world champions. So they've got a very good chance of winning as well as the girls. They're ranked top 10 in the world. So yeah, very much hopeful going into it.
Michael, tell me, I might be totally wrong here, but the curling stones, are they made over in Ailsa Craig? Is that where the stone and the materials come from, or is that a bit of an old wife story?
Yeah, you're right. All the stones that are used at Olympics and World Championships all come from the Ailsa Craig. It's a very specific type of granite that they use, so it has to come from very specific part of the world. So yeah, it's quite a unique fact.
Michael, what does training look like for a curler? Is there much fitness involved in it?
Yeah, huge amount of fitness. The guys are in the gym every single day, so their training week looks like 8 till 3 every day. They're on the ice for a couple of sessions, and then they're in the gym either in the morning or afternoon. So it's a mixture of strength and conditioning, lots of weightlifting, lots of fitness stuff, short, sharp blasts, just to kind of replicate the sweeping that they do on ice. The sweeping, massive part of it, because they can have such an influence on where the stone goes. So the stronger and fitter you are, the better.
Well, I'd imagine as well the experience how quickly you sweep and when you sweep is very, very important.
Yeah, exactly. It's such a precision sport, so trying to put stone to the very millimetre where it needs to be just takes years and years of training and competing just to kind of get that as accurate as possible.
Is it similar to obviously the Summer Olympics where you have the Olympic Village, everybody's together, or is it a little bit more spread out?
It seems like it's a lot more spread out this year compared to other years. There's a lot of sports in Milan, and then up in Cortina where the curling is, there's this sliding sports like bobsleigh, skeleton, I think the women's alpine skiing as well. And then there's a few more sports dotted around the rest of the northern Italy, so like the cross-country skiing will be somewhere else, etc. So it's not like a village that you would have seen in London or previous Olympics.
And Michael, for the skiers, which is my favourite, is there enough snow or is it too much snow?
It seems like there's plenty of snow in Cortina anyway. I wouldn't be the expert on that, but it seems like there's more than enough. They don't need to ship any in like they've done in previous Olympics, thankfully. So,
what's the white collar event of the Winter Olympics, Michael? Obviously, with the summer, it'll be probably the 100-metre sprint, something like that. But what is it with the Winter Olympics?
Yeah, it's a good question. If you're asking someone from Team GB, I would say the curling. But I think potentially the balls up there. I think the men's downhill skiing is probably up there as well. I think there's maybe a few. It depends which country you speak to.
Yeah. And Michael, finally, funding-wise, for our kids coming through, is there enough there or is it the same old battle every year?
Well, very much enough there. From curling's point of view, the guys have been really lucky that they get plenty of funding from the National Lottery. I think since 1995 there's been £200 million invested, and that allows facilities to be built. I'm currently sitting in the National Curling Academy in Stirling, where the guys train full time. They get funded full time, so they're able to travel, able to train as much as possible, and allows them to compete at the highest level. So very fortunate in that regard.
Michael, fingers crossed. Let's hope we have a good haul of medals. Thank you very much for joining us. Brilliant.
No worries.
There you go. I do like a bit of Winter Olympics. It's brilliant. It's a beautiful, healthy holiday. You talk about the Caribbean, you talk about Europe. You get out them in the winter in the Alps, and the air's so fresh. The food's great. It's lovely.
Is that your favourite holiday? Would you do that?
Without a doubt.
Ahead of a Barbados?
All day long.
You know what? I've never done it. Obviously, as footballers, we don't ever get to ski, do we? We're not allowed to ski. It's too dangerous for us. And so I've never picked it up. And I've done, at Tamworth, they have the snow dome. I've done that once. Oh, mate, I was brutal.
Don't wear your goalie's gloves, wear your mitts. 'Cause you go and try and... Well, you're okay in the snow, but on the artificial, on the netting, on the floor, the matting.
Yeah.
Because if you fall, your instinct is to grab it and you just snap your fingers like that. But not if you've got mitts on.
Oh, it was my knees I was worried about. Knees and ankles, it's asking for it.
Yeah. All right, coming up to 7 o'clock on talkSPORT. Coming up, Henry Winter, Shaban and Jack Colback. Just give me a quick one. You're not an Arsenal fan, but Piers Morgan yesterday upset a lot of people. Just give me a little take on what you heard him say yesterday and how you feel about it.
He's just doing it to wind everyone up, and he had idiots like me on early breakfast going, what on earth are you talking about? Because how can you have... This Arsenal squad is the best in the league, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That's it. And you can't be the best ever anything without winning stuff. You can't compare this Arsenal squad to teams that have won. I think of every every City squad under Pep.
Yep.
That has actually backed it up by winning things.
What have Arsenal do?
But it's an if. You can't come out and say that now when they've won zero. They've won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
We will see come May what happens. But even if they do win a couple of trophies, is that the best ever squad assembled? No. Have you looked at Barcelona under Pep Guardiola? Have you looked at Real Madrid squads over the years? Like bringing on,
I think man for man,
bringing on Leandro Trossard and Gabriel Martinelli to me doesn't equate to the best ever squad.
But they've got probably 25 top players. They had to let Ranieri go on loan.
But that was the wrong decision.
I know, but
that was the wrong decision.
I think I have to sort of agree with Pierce.
It's the best ever.
Yeah, because of
in world football, Gabby.
Because of quality and numbers. That's what I mean. In like they've got two teams.
You're talking about right now.
Right now, yeah.
Comparing that to teams that we've seen in the Premier League, I saw the 2010-11 Champions League final. Carlos Puyol was on the bench for Barcelona, as was Thiago Alcantara.
Yeah, did they have 25 top players?
But I'm talking about the Arsenal squad. That Man United squad was ridiculous. The players they had on the bench.
I don't think they had 25. I'm talking about like the quantity of players.
So do you think the Arsenal squad now is the best ever assembled in world football?
For numbers, for top numbers.
No, we're not talking about numbers. I'm talking quality.
For numbers and the quality of those players that kind of.
We'll come back to this. I was worried with the lights, blinding me, make me.
Life after football. For a lot of players, it means going into punditry. Some turn to coaching or working in the game in other ways. But what about the rest? Some former footballers turn their sights away from the game, and there are a few big surprises. First up, from rainbow flicks to pancake flips. Ex-Chelsea and Southampton defender Ken Monku switched up his footballing career to buy a Dutch pancake house. He bought out the shop, which had been his favourite pancake spot as a child, and before long he was mixing the batter and getting behind the stove. Next, Everton legend Thomas Gravesen swapped out the high stakes of the Premier League for those of the poker room. He made over 150 appearances for the Toffees and won the Scottish Premier League with Celtic. Turned out the Danish international was pretty darn good at poker. He racked up a reported £100 million from his Las Vegas adventures. Remember former Chelsea goalkeeper Petr Cech? Turns out football nets weren't the only goals he was pretty handy in front of. After retirement, he became a goaltender in ice hockey. Same skills, very different surface. And he even won a Division 2 title with Guildford Phoenix. For ex-Liverpool centre-back Daniel Agger, it wasn't just fancy footwork that was in his blood. He was also pretty good with his hands. The Denmark international turned to tattoo artistry after he hung up his boots. He'd qualified as a skin artist while at Anfield, and he then became the co-owner of his own tattoo company as well. It's not all glamour for ex-pros, though. 1966 World Cup winner Ray Wilson set up a very different kind of business. He became an undertaker after he retired. Finally, not many people can say they've won both a World Cup and starred in an Oscar-winning film. In fact, there's only one person in the entire world who can say that. Frank Leboeuf, the former Chelsea defender, was part of the 1998 France squad who won the World Cup. He ended up marking Brazil's Ronaldo in the final and helped his side to a 3-0 win. But Leboeuf had already begun acting on the side while he was playing football, and his biggest role came some years after his retirement when he landed the part of a doctor in the Stephen Hawking biopic The Theory of Everything.
I embrace the career of acting, so I want to learn more. So seeing lots of movies is a part of my job.
To be honest, with all the dramatic diving in the game these days, there's probably tons of ex-pros who've got the acting skills to make it in Hollywood.
6 minutes past 7 o'clock. Let's pull this mic a wee bit closer, shall we? talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark's Real Sale, your last chance to save big on the next car. The sale ends on the 16th of Feb. Former United England goalkeeper Ben Foster with me. By the way, I was with Tony Cottee last night. He was in great form.
Oh, Tony Cottee, what a legend. He's a nice guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Never met him, but anything he does on TV always knows what he's talking about, doesn't he?
Nah, he's good as gold. Now, on the way for you this morning, we were speaking shortly to a man who was part of the Forest promotion to the Premier League back in 2022, Jack Colback. He joins the head of the six-pointer away at Leeds United tonight, live on talkSPORT. Two real standout games this weekend. United Spurs tomorrow, big game. You fancy United, don't you? And Liverpool Man City, cracker. On Sunday, Netherland and Glenn Hoddle and Mark Lawrenson are with us live later. Brilliant. Now, though, Chelsea head to the Wolves at 3 p.m. Saturday, hoping to move into the top four. But it's been a disappointing week so far amid the limp Carabao Cup semi, the defeat to the Arsenal. Liam Rosenior wasn't best pleased with a member of the Gunners' backroom team who disrupted the pre-match warm-up.
I think there's certain etiquettes in football. I always try and be as respectful as possible. I always want to win. I've never asked my coaches, and I don't have an issue with anyone at Arsenal Football Club. A fantastic manager, Mikel, was someone I've got so much respect for. It was just in that moment, I didn't think that respect was shown to my team.
Let's bring in a writer, a top broadcaster, writer and host of the Sunday edition, Henry Winter. Henry, morning.
Morning, Alan. Morning, Ben.
Morning, Henry.
Henry, do you like the needle from Liam there, or does it make him sound a wee bit petty?
I mean, a little bit, yeah. I mean, look, he's a terrific young coach. We saw that at Derby County, at Hull, and at Strasbourg, 6 wins out of 8. But, you know, those 2 defeats were against Arsenal. And it seems a slightly strange thing to get rattled about, a goalkeeping coach. I assume it was a goalkeeping coach straying into the Chelsea half during the warm-up. I mean, Ben, you were a goalkeeper for many years. I assume in the warm-up, your goalkeeping coach would have gone as, 60 yards away and pinged long balls for you to practice your catching. So I think we do see this quite a lot in games. So it was just a strange thing to get upset about.
See, I didn't know it was the goalkeeper coach. I thought it must have been the players, because everybody knows the goalie coach does that. Everybody knows the goalies, they're practicing their long kicks, the other goalie will be well into their half, and it's accepted. It's absolutely fine as well. If it was the outfield players, I understand it, but not for the goalies or the goalie coach. Come on. We don't mean no harm.
Exactly, and the intimation that it certainly wasn't one of the players from what Rosenior was saying in the press conference yesterday. And if it's just been a player who just sort of strayed over the line to pick a loose ball, fair enough. I mean, that happens all the time. So I'm sure it was a goalkeeping coach, or it was someone testing out the Arsenal goalkeeper.
Now, Henry, Leicester City received what could be, pretty damaging, couldn't it? The points deduction. 6 have lost for financial breaches. What next for the Foxes? Could the former Premier champions, of course, go down to League One? Do you think that could happen?
Well, they're above the relegation spot on goal difference, as you say. 10th anniversary of, the fairy tale. It seems so long ago. I mean, I live in the Leicester area, and talking to 1 or 2 Leicester fans locally, they were actually expecting worse. I think Leicester City probably got off lightly. I think 6 points when the Premier League certainly were pushing for more. I'm sure 1 or 2 other clubs who've been punished were pushing for more. But as Stefan Borson was saying, your financial expert was saying, maybe this is just, it's drawn a line in the sand. And as Jamie O'Hara was saying, the players have to rally now. Foxes never quit. But they've got to look at some of the mistakes that they've made that couldn't top the owner has made. And look, obviously there's huge sympathy for him because he's still grief-stricken after, the terrible fate, that how he lost his father, who was such a driving force in the club. But they overpaid for players. They gave players too big, unsustainable wages. They allow players, good players like Yuri Tielemans and Carlos Sorenchu to run down their contracts, and they should have acted earlier on that. That is partly on Kuntop, and that is also on John Rudkin, the director of football.
Do you know what's crazy when you look down at that relegation zone? You look at some of the big teams. We're talking recent history as well. Premier League teams, your Sheffield Wednesday, West Brom, Blackburn, Leicester obviously down there now, Norwich down there. It just goes to show how quickly football can change, doesn't it?
But Ben, they can recover as well. You've been in the game and you've seen the sort of difficult side, but you've also seen the remarkable resilience of clubs, of players, of managers, and particularly of supporters to drive their team back up. Look at Sunderland now, how well they're playing. Good recruitment, obviously.
Brilliant.
But, they had a bleak period, but the fans stayed strong. They've got a good owner, good manager. I mean, Granit Xhaka won't be around to play Arsenal this weekend because I think he's still injured, which is a frustration. But, good recruitment has got it. So, look, football clubs can come back. But what we have to remember is the importance of the pyramid. And the leading club should make sure that some of their wealth is redistributed throughout the 92, because one day it might be them down there.
Yeah, Henry, how big is this one tonight? There's some crackers coming up, but Leeds United against Forest, this is a big game.
Yeah, we've been talking about 6 points. This really is a 6-pointer. I mean, Leeds, if they've got Dominic Calvert-Lewin fit. And they obviously wanted to bring Strand Larsen in, so maybe they would have one or two sort of concerns about Calvert-Lewin.
Is that a good
terrific
signing
for them?
Is he a good signing? I'm not sure.
What, Calvert-Lewin?
No, Larsen.
Larsen for Palace? Yeah, I think he is. I mean, obviously he's one Premier League goal. Everyone's focusing on that, but he scored for Norway against Donnarumma. I mean, there's obviously something about him. I think he got distracted by all the Newcastle United interest at the start of the season, and I think we can't judge him properly. But I think it's going to be interesting, him and Mateta, fighting for that, effectively that one number 9 role. So let's see what he's like after a few games.
Henry, just a quick one. Newcastle against Brentford, not easy for the Black and Whites. And again, it's pressure on the management in Newcastle.
Well, what a good job Keith Andrews is doing. There was a lot of sort of doubts over him at Brentford, but he's absolutely stepped up from the set-piece role. And, he's been terrific. Great recruitment as well there. Very well-run club. But for Newcastle, I do find some of the sort of the negativity that's thrown at Eddie Howe slightly surprising because he's dealing with injuries. He's dealing with issues in the boardroom. Is he getting the backing? Was the recruitment sort of good enough? And he wants to go out there and play. He makes good players better. So, I think there just needs a little bit of sort of calm, a little bit more direction, maybe a bit of communication from the owners.
Nice one, Henry. Enjoy the weekend. Thank you very, very much. Henry Winter there, writer, broadcaster and host of Sunday Edition. Right, Shaban's back, then Jack Cole back. Promoted with Forest in 22 and Newcastle United, former Sunderland as well. We're going to talk to Mark Lawrence and Glenn Hoddle. Plenty to come, 7:14.
Manchester City intend to write to the EFL to request a rule change so that Mark Guéhi is available for the final against Arsenal on the 22nd of next month. A rule change for this season means that players have to be registered before the start of the semi-final in order to be eligible to take part in the remainder of the competition. So Guéhi missed out on that, didn't he? But Pep still needs him for the final. This was him.
I said to the club, they have to ask, yeah, definitely. I don't understand the reason why I cannot play in the final FA Cup, Carabao Cup, in March when I've been here for a long time. So the rules to buy a players on the players, what depends on me, depends on FIFA, UEFA, or the Premier League said, okay, transfer window is open. Once you hire a player, have to play, no? In the competitions, logic is. I don't understand why could not play today, but in the final, in 2-man thumb, of course we're going to try to ask to play because it's pure logic.
What do you think the answer will be?
No. To change the rule in something country, no way, but we will try.
Yeah, but all joking apart, why should they change the rules? Well,
Look, I think it's a silly rule in the first place, but it exists. And you can't have the benefit. If you wanted Gehi as a player, you could have signed him in August and paid a full transfer fee. What you've done is you've been able to be in a position where Gehi comes available at a fraction of his worth. So you can't have it always. You've nicked him in a market. Some will say, well,
Rushes out to the right-hand side, has a man there, throws the interception at the 39-yard line, returning out to numbers 25, 20, Cooper Sheen down to the 10, down to the 5, touchdown Eagles! He's got two blockers, he's going to go all the way, 10, 5, touchdown! And the rookie has picked off the superstar!
$7:18. Good morning, Friday morning. Yep, still raining out there. Ben Foster alongside me. It's very, very pleasant having a new face there, Ben.
Having a lovely morning.
Sorry, Gab. Where is he? In Jamaica again, Montego Bay. It's been a turbulent season for Spurs and Thomas Frank, to say the least, and the latest twist in the tale has come from social media, where following deadline day, club captain, this is Christian Romero, took to Instagram to take a hit at the board for the lack of activity in the window, labelling it disgraceful amid their injury crisis. Speaking for the first time since Romero's comments, Thomas Frank has revealed his thoughts on the post.
If you want to know what he meant, you of course need to ask him. I think that's the right way to take that question. Coachy is a very passionate character and player that they want to leave everything on the pitch, and is very ambitious and want to win every single time. Sometimes when you are like that, sometimes there is can come an outburst. It happened this time, and it's something we have, of course, dealt with internally. There's a lot of ways of doing things. Coachy has been very good for us this season and the past seasons, and I think that's very important to be aware of. I wouldn't have done it. Yeah, that's my message.
Imagine, imagine the emotions of a football manager. What he was thinking at half-time against City. Spurs manager.
Oh yeah, he'd have been fearing the worst. Like, they're lucky they got in at 2-0 as well. They really were. That could have been 3-4-5 by that point. But with 2-0, we all know, funny old result. And in fairness to Tottenham, they probably could have gone on and won the game in the end. But I think that's the problem for Tottenham fans, is the fact that they can do that, but they're very rarely showing it, and that's what's leaving everybody scratching.
How was Pep thinking at the end of the game? 90 minutes.
Oh, he'd be fuming. He'll be absolutely fuming. Haaland had a big chance, didn't he, in the first half, where he should have lifted it over Vicario, put it over the bar, and it panned to him, and you could see his frustration in his face, because he's been around the block and he knows that you miss too many of those big chances, sometimes it can come and bite you back in the bum. And it did, and that is a massive 2 points drop from Man City. That would have been.
Big game coming up, City against Spurs. The way, you never know with Tottenham, you just don't know. But the way United are playing at the moment, Manchester United, Michael Carrick there, would you expect a United win?
Probably a goal-scoring win as well. I'll go for a 3-2 or something like that. I'll go for a 3-2. I'm liking the enthusiasm and the positivity around Man United at the minute, and I can't see Tottenham disturbing that too much.
Yeah. Right, Saturday night, 6 o'clock, it's raining, you're staying in, you got your radio on, because this is going to happen. If you don't like it, Radio 4. Tube.
Virgin Radio.
Go! Always believe in your soul on this night of the 1,000 stars.
Whoa, baby, this place will put a smile on your face.
Why do
you whisper green grass? Stop by and say hello. Would I still see suspicion in your eyes?
Here we go. Come on.
Here we go now. Look. There you go again. Asking where
Do you know what's amazing? You do a little bit for a bit of fun, and then look, so many people have said to me, I'm really enjoying that on a Saturday night, you know, making dinner or having a glass of wine. And wee Viv's got involved, McCoy's, Mrs. McCoy's. When are you going to do a wee bit of that, Alistair? So she's talked him into it now. I think he's going to do a wee bit as well.
Oh, no way. You should post one together.
No. I've got different tastes in music to him. What's your sort of music, Ben?
I told you earlier, honestly, I'll listen to anything, absolutely anything. None of this new stuff, though. None of the, like, some of the stuff my kids listen to. It just boggles my head.
Oh,
It's
Shaban
horrible.
loves Bad Bunny and all that.
I've never heard of Bad Bunny.
Nope.
Never
I've heard of him. Couldn't tell you a song.
Apparently, he's the most streamed artist on Spotify, and none of us.
I have none of it. Have we never heard him?
No, we're not.
He's cornered that Latino market, hasn't he? He's cornered that area of the world,
Yes.
I think.
Yeah. Well said, Ben. Someone was.
And Shaban used to be she used to, you know, spin a few decks herself.
Yeah, but I mean, nowadays music, I wouldn't know it. I'd be more into Virgin Radio Legends, which is what Alan's on.
80s, that's what I like. I like
Yeah,
a bit
well,
of
there you go. Well, 60s, 70s,
And 80s.
and 80s. Tomorrow night, if you're getting ready at home to go out, 6 to 10 o'clock, Virgin Radio Legends.
It's a bit of fun doing that, you know.
I bet it is.
Yeah.
The tunes are good. And then 10 o'clock to 2 a.m, he's back on the main station on Virgin Ben, so you can stay up for that one as well.
All he's done since he got in this morning is moan about coming in, working, and now he's working over the weekend at night times as well.
By the way, that's a lot easier than doing this. Whew.
So you, the producer basically says to you, we're going to play this song, tell us a story about this era, right? Is that what you do?
He just says, there you go, get on with it, and you just pick and choose what you want to talk about.
That sounds quite fun. So what we do to annoy him on a Friday is play Beat the Intro. So this is your first.
Oh, no.
Ben, don't look at my screen. Just realised I've basically shown you there. DJ James, let's do it.
Yeah, Tim Shady, or what his name is. Eminem.
Well, yeah, you got it, yeah.
With the real Tim Shady.
What is it? What's his name? I don't know. I can't stand rap. I had a cab driver yesterday, he was rapping away. He said, do you like my music, man? I went, no. Close the window.
Tim Shady.
With the real Tim Shady. Please stand up. That's good. You can tell you're a Celtic fan. Okay, Slim Shady.
Oh, Slim, sorry.
What year did he do the Super Bowl? Can any of you remember?
Oh, gosh. It was that big one, wasn't it, where they had all of them do it?
Amazing. Mary J. Blige.
I bet you that was 10
She's
years
good.
ago.
Snoop.
She's good.
I bet you that was longer than that, actually.
It wasn't, unless my predictor's miles off it. I have 2022. Is that right, Ollie? 2022.
Okay, I bet it's 4 years ago then.
Right, take it away. Number 2.
Oh, Madonna.
Is this a competition?
Yeah, you're meant to.
Oh, yeah.
We were taking it in turns.
No, Madonna. Oh, yeah, well, my time was the first one. That was yours. And
Right, fine.
you know, if you hesitate, you snooze, you lose.
What a song this is, by the way. This is lovely. This is proper music.
Name the song. Give me the name of the.
Like a prayer.
Well done.
Like a prayer.
What was the year she did the Super Bowl halftime show?
Oh, who cares? I don't care.
You're good fun this morning. 2012. Okay, you'll know this one. Go for it.
Michael Jackson.
Well done.
It's not hard. It's not.
Well done. You came in fast there. What's the song?
Beat it.
Oh, yes, Depeche Mode.
Who's this guy?
Are you serious as well?
I know the song.
You just said it's Michael Jackson.
Oh, well, there, 2-1 then.
Beat it. What
Pardon?
is your
I will do.
is Beat It.
2-1.
He did it in 1993. And finally, DJ James hit it.
Coldplay.
Yeah, good. I like Coldplay. I didn't, but I do like them now.
That was a good one. 2016 was Coldplay. Name the song, and I'll get out your hair.
Oh, Rule the World or something.
Yeah, that's that. I'll give you a point. Give you a point.
What is it then?
Viva la vida.
It is Viva la Vida, yeah, fair dues.
Can we play the real Tim Shady again? You'll go far with that one.
DJ Ed, by the way, I'm glad he's looking. Who's in there?
That's James, it's not Ed.
Where's Ed?
Have you been injecting into your...
I can't.
It's on holiday. It's James. He's been here since
James,
the
I
start.
apologise. I can't see a thing from these spotlights.
It's DJ Jazzy James.
Oh, God.
We're going to have a problem here.
Yeah, that's as bad as Ed's.
Jaws on the floor.
Right, Shaban, you off home?
Yeah, enjoy your show tomorrow. I think I'm
what
back
you
with you in a minute, to be fair. Sorry.
Oh, are you?
I apologise in advance.
How come they keep bringing you back? You're
Sorry.
cheap labour.
I know.
Shaban was on at 5 o'clock this morning when I was driving down.
I know. The other girls.
How did you turn on?
The girls do a
That
couple
was good. I liked it. I
a
liked
couple
it.
of things first down. They all get home. See you later.
Apparently, you requested me to stay on for the rest of the day.
I did. You believe that, do you?
There you go. Blame Alan Brazil. Not my problem.
Oh, by the way, you love it, don't you? Get home just in time for a little brasserie in St Albans.
Oh, yeah, a little brunch. That'd be nice,
Yeah.
wouldn't it?
The poor husband's out there trying to do 3 jobs and pick the kids up.
You got a matcha latte in her hand.
7:28, Shaban is back with us and a wee bit for some more, well, not tunes, some more stories.
You don't mean that, man.
Okay, stop
man,
shouting at me.
let me get the out of here, bro. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Talking about my peoples and all that. It's hard to believe a black man and a white man. The cheated. Tell him to sue me so I can show the facts early. Because when the documentary and everything, the story come out, I'm going to show everything.
Fantastic.
I'm going to get all the people that know and all the people that's in the inside. He got people that the inside of him that don't know. I don't about that.
I'm not a Fury
I don't about it. I said we didn't want to bring him up in the first place. It ain't got to do with him.
Fair enough.
The you talking about?
And with that, he was out of there. How on earth do you reflect on that? What was he going on about?
Well, look, I mean, at the time, I was a little bit embarrassed because I thought the show's coming off the rails and it was a big show and Deontay Wilder's a big name, so I'm sitting there thinking I'm a bit embarrassed by it. Then I thought, he's a bit of a tit. And then I thought, is he on drugs or something, or is this theatrics? And then I just came around to the conclusion that he's not right. He's not well. And all this ayahuasca stuff it's probably worked in reverse. I thought it was supposed to make you calm and zen-like. Listen, I didn't provoke Deontay Wilder by asking him a question that he didn't want to answer. I asked him a question about something he'd said, not something I was trying to engineer into clickbait. He called Tyson Fury a cheat. He's sitting in England. Tyson Fury, in some people's minds, is a legend in boxing. And so you're sitting in England. I thought, not unreasonable. Someone else asked him the question, and he didn't like it. And he can't answer it. So he gets all agitated and upset about it. He turns it into a debate about oppression. I mean, there's loads more that you didn't see. You know, he threatened to punch me in the face and talked about lynching and God knows whatever else. And I understand that he's got things in his life that have challenged him. But later on in the afternoon, you saw him. He went off to do some other stuff.
Time for another one of those what-if sliding doors moments from the world of football. In 2010, Sam Allardyce's Blackburn Rovers were plodding along in the Premier League, never really in danger of relegation, but not sharp enough in front of goal to challenge for a European place. The club's then head of recruitment, Martin Glover, was alerted to a Polish striker at Lech Poznan, who'd scored 21 goals in 34 games. His name, Robert Lewandowski. Glover and Allardyce flew to Poland to watch the 21-year-old, and they liked what they saw. Conversations were had, and all that remained was for Lewandowski to fly to England to have a look around and talk Turkey. However, a once-in-a-blue-moon geological incident had other ideas. After 187 years of dormancy, the Eyjafjallajökull volcano in Iceland erupted, causing flights across Europe to be grounded for nigh on a month. That meant that Lewandowski never made it to Ewood Park, and Borussia Dortmund beat Blackburn to his signature. He'd go on to win 10 Bundesligas and 1 La Liga at various clubs. Just imagine that sort of impact on Blackburn's history, Sam Allardyce's CV, and the shape of English football itself.
Yeah, she thinks she gets away with it. She walked in with a suitcase today, Amelia, Ben.
It's all right for
Where is she going? She's heading down to Brazil. Because you've got family. You're part Brazilian, aren't you?
I am part Brazilian, yes.
Is it just a holiday or
This is
carnival?
This is going to be carnival. This is the first time me and my family will be going for carnival. Normally we used to go during the Easter. Half. Well, Nick Ellaby was telling me that apparently the parties start at 8 a.m.
Oh, yeah, what's wrong with that?
That's just Cheltenham every day.
Yeah, you're going to have to give me your tips and tricks on how to keep
Not
going
for the
through
Friday.
The day.
Don't tell her about the
Well,
Friday.
you have a great time, Amelia.
Thank you very much.
Right, here we go, 7:34. Right, that'd be great. Now that's once in a lifetime, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, in this weather, it'd be lovely over there now, wouldn't it? Late 20s, oh, perfect.
Yeah. Now, talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Brazil, Ben Foster, and Arnold Clark. The UK's biggest used car sale is ending soon, so check it out now, right? The latest episode of the talkSPORT Daily Podcast has just dropped in. Adrian Dunham, Alex Crook, and Angelina Kelly arrive every Friday armed with one blazing hot take each. On today's episode, they discuss whether Romero is overrated and if Bruno Fernandes is the best player in the Premier League right now.
This guy is untouchable as far as I'm concerned. I know he's not in the first flush of youth, and you can say, well, look, if we get £60 million for him, there's a release clause in his contract, let's reinvest that in a younger player. No. He has to stay, and he deserves the opportunity to play in a team that I think, if they get the recruitment right and they get the manager right, I think they could challenge for silverware next season. And that's the one thing missing from his CV. He's got the numbers, he hasn't got the trophies that he deserves. So please, do not sell Bruno Fernandes.
This is absolutely ludicrous. This is so... Oh, we do a Man United pod and all we ever talk about is Man United. You lot need to get out more. He scored the numbers are insane. He's got as many goals as Bruno Guimaraes. So he's not even the top scoring Bruno in the Premier League.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, Bruno Fernandes. I wasn't sure, but I don't like players that throw their arms about, but when he's on form, he's fantastic, isn't he?
Oh,
his awareness and on the counter is very good, Ben.
World class is what he is. I agree with you. The theatrics of it, the throwing the arms. It seems like he's not been doing that for a while, to be honest with you. He's settled down with it. But just talking about his footballing ability, absolutely world class.
So last night was a big charity event. There was a few United punters in there, as wherever you go there is. And they were asking about present-day players at United. And then Brian Robson's name came up. I went, don't go there. Robbo would walk in that side. Sorry. Would walk in that side.
Yeah, Scholesey's the one for me. Scholesey. I see him doing his podcast now. Honestly, it still amazes me, blows my mind, because Scholesey was the anti-anything, anti-any media, talking to people.
Now he's coming out.
Yeah, he comes out and gives it all sorts. Now he's brilliant, though, Scholesey. What a player, though. The best player I ever saw, Scholesey was.
Right, if you want to hear more, then the talkSPORT Daily is available on all podcast platforms now. Now, the Premier League is back tonight. It's a big, big game on talkSPORT, and it's all eyes on the Lily Whites.
Strap yourselves in for the roller coaster ride that is a relegation six-pointer.
Great flick on, it's going to be through, and it's Calvert-Lewin again!
To be honest, tough run of fixtures, but we had already a few tough runs of fixtures, and even during this period, a bit surprisingly, perhaps sometimes we have collected many points.
Steps up, right-footed, and drills it through the middle of the goal and into the back of the net. And Nottingham Forest have come from behind.
I've had that recently where every game everyone's saying is key and they're all these big games, and they are. But every game should be that. I've told you endlessly about that. That's how I speak to the players about it. So another important game, always tough going up there.
It's a proper relegation rumble.
Yeah, that's right. This is going to be some atmosphere tonight in Yorkshire. Under the lights, and what a huge relegation six-pointer. Leeds were flying, weren't they? And then suddenly bumped into Arsenal. So Leeds and Forest are both tied now on 26 points. 6 points clear of the relegation zone, which sounds a lot this time of the year, but 6 points can soon dwindle. But Sean Dyche and Forest have European football to contend with as well. So Forest go far in Europe. Could that actually contribute to Forest going down, Ben?
Yeah, I think it's a hindrance. I do. I always think this about these teams that get into the Conference League, even some teams that get into the Europa League. If you haven't got the squad to be able to cope with it, it can really harm your next season in the Premier League, because you're constantly away. You're playing Thursday night, Sundays. It takes its toll on you.
Talking about big clubs, and I put both big clubs, Forest and Leeds. Who is the club that you would like to have played for?
Oh, that's a nice question. I was a Tottenham fan as a kid.
Were you?
Yeah, I was a Tottenham fan. Just because my older brother bullied me into being a Tottenham fan. It was as simple as that. I had to do it. And so I grew up obviously watching Tottenham, loving Tottenham. And I had a few little opportunities throughout my career where there was a little chance or maybe a rumour or this or that, but it never came off. But I think that would have been one that probably just the child inside
I
of me.
dated great keepers, your big Pat Jennings.
Oh, brilliant.
Then your Dre Clements.
Proper, even like I remember back to when I was a kid, Eric Torstvedt, the big old Viking. Lovely. Proper goalkeepers.
Right, Sean Dyche, what a good job. Well, we knew that, didn't we? We should not be surprised.
No, he's proper. Forest have really started to turn the corner as well. It's a little bit ominous for some teams around there, because if you look at the form table, some of the teams down at the bottom of the form table at the minute, it's scary times. Palace seem to be in free fall. Leeds aren't doing fantastic themselves. If you can start to put a few results together, you can really climb out of it. You can.
Yeah. Right, let's speak to a man who got promoted with Forest, and a very, very good morning to Jack Colback. Jack, morning. Hiya, Jack.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, really good. 6 points, Jack. It's not a lot, when you look at that bottom of the table, when you look at Forest, you look at Leeds. So this is a massive game.
It is. And just listening there, obviously, Sean Dyche just came in to Forest and he's kind of done what Dyche did, hasn't he? He's got them really organised. He's got them hard to beat and they're picking up results. But they'll be looking behind the shoulder and seeing West Ham picking up a few results and their performances improving. So it's a massive game tonight, and it maybe end up one of them where both teams kind of look at it and think do not lose.
Jack, how nervy are these games? You've played in relegation 6-pointers. You've played in games where you know you need the 3 points. Mentally going forward, you need the 3 points. So what will them players be feeling tonight?
Yeah, like I said, I think sometimes you can end up getting in the mindset where it's like, lads, we cannot lose tonight, because when you're playing against a rival, obviously, a defeat means you don't move away from the bottom three or out of it, and then obviously the team around you who you're playing against then create a gap. So yeah, they're huge games, but I think from my time in the Premier League, I got very used to it, to be honest, because we were down there quite a bit. So experience helps. I think obviously the experienced lads in each squad will need to help, and but yeah, it's just a huge fixture.
Do you think it changes it being on telly? Do you think the fact that they know there's going to be people watching and scrutinising live, do you reckon that changes their mindset going into the games?
I think you always have an idea when, I'd say, Ben, when you're on Sky, you kind of know the world's watching almost. And I think being on the Friday night, the other lads in the hotel rooms watching, everyone around the country watching. So it's also an opportunity, though, to get points on the board the day before, obviously, West Ham play and the other team. So it's a chance to put a huge amount of pressure on them, but equally, it's one you just don't want to lose.
Well, it's a game West Ham was. Well, a lot of West Ham punters last night. They go to Burnley, they've got to win it. Yeah. Jack, two of your other clubs, Newcastle, I don't know, sometimes fantastic, then struggling a little bit. But what about Sunderland? What a season they're having, Jack. You wouldn't have expected that, would you?
Yeah, I mean, remarkable, really. I think when you compare what happened last season with the promoted teams, they really struggled, and for Sunderland to come up and be comfortably in the top half of the table, really, it's a fantastic achievement. And I know they've obviously changed a lot of the team. They've recruited really well, and it's a testament to whoever's kind of in charge of the recruitment there, and obviously the manager, being very unknown, especially in English football, but he's came and he's got them promoting, and he's obviously doing what he's doing in the Premier League. So yeah, full credit to them. It's a great club, and long may it continue for the North East.
Jack, what is it about the Stadium of Light at Sunderland? You've played for some big teams where you go away to them, it's a problem. Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, but Sunderland to still be undefeated at this point in the season for a newly promoted team, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think it was always a tough place to go. I think even I'm surprised at the fact they've done as well as they have at home, because it is also a place where, as you know, Ben, if it's not going well, it can turn very quickly. But I suppose the fact that they have been doing so well, they've been winning games, and that momentum keeps going and going, and the fans, when they are behind you, it is a hostile place to be. And I suppose teams are going there, and it's been a struggle for them. But I think you've got to give credit to the way Sunderland are clearly playing and the way they're organised, and obviously the manager as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been brilliant. Jack, have a great weekend, mate. Thanks for joining us on talkSPORT. Thank you.
Cheers, Jack.
Lovely. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Jack Cole back there. Right. Still to come on the Sports Breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Doing what matters for the trade. Find your local branch at travisperkins.co.uk.
I was actually there for the opening game. Stadium of Light, where they played Ajax, the first game of football there.
Oh, when it opened?
Great atmosphere, yeah.
Yeah, it is good atmosphere up there.
Right, we're going to be diving right into the EFL, asking Ben Foster about what on earth is going on at Leicester, and of course his former club West Bromwich Albion. I'm astonished at when I look at the table.
Yeah, sad times.
The Baggies for me is a well-run football club struggling. Liverpool legend Matt Lawrence will join us ahead of Liverpool City on Sunday. We'll also ask the 10-time major trophy winner if Arne Slot has lost it by saying playing style is more important than winning trophies. And we'll bring you more on the penis injection story. Yes, the penis injection story that is rocking the winter games. The curlers in particular, when they get so low to that ice, it's a cold morning. It's a hard one, but we'll try and give you a hand understanding it with Shaban. That was a look ahead, all thanks to the brilliant Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Bricks on bricks on bricks. Over 40 million available to order with delivery to...
Obviously, I don't think he feels particularly happy about his treatment, and I spent a lot of time suggesting to me that a lot of people were very complimentary about his tenure at Spurs, and I went through a roll call of people that were very complimentary about him because he did a good job in my view. May not have won as many things as he could do and should have done, perhaps as Spurs as a football club, but as a person that's built a spaceship that maybe some other captain can fly to the moon, there's a huge amount of potential there.
Okay.
Can I go and do Deontay Wilder now?
No, you can't. We're sitting up in here in Newcastle. Steve Bruce is asking for you.
Is he?
I'm alongside Alex Crook and Gabby Bonlahor. You're waiting for Chisora, and you're waiting.
The Saudis wouldn't buy Newcastle, so.
Oh, gee,
they did a week later.
Oh, gee, Gabby, nice to see you're current. That was 3.5 years ago, you clown.
Simon, just before you leave us, on the Tottenham Hotspur situation and the Levy situation, Levy reportedly in discussion to sell 30%, which would work out at £1 billion. Is there pressure on Daniel to sell to these people?
No.
From an ENIC perspective?
Well, no. Not necessarily, because ENIC might not want to jump into bed with these guys. I can't speak to that. But Daniel is a shareholder in his own right. There is pressure, I suspect, on Daniel because we've seen the noise. We saw some of the suggestions that they're going to go and review the policies of a guy that they let run the club for 25 years. So they're going to go in there and look at the transfer policy and the economics and how the efficiencies of commercial deals were done. Oh, really? Okay, good enough. That really is about probably
Rushes out to the right-hand side, has a man there, throws the interception at the 39-yard line, returning Amsterdam numbers 25, 20, Cooper Machine down to the 10, down to the 5, touchdown Eagles! He's got two blockers, he's going to go all the way, 10, 5, touchdown! And the rookie has picked off the superstar!
I felt the rains down in Africa. That's better than Slim Shady, isn't it?
Toto, proper music.
Yeah. Rosanna was another great hit they had as well. Lovely. Right, coming up 7:51. What's it like about football now, Ben? Do you still miss it?
No. Not especially at this time of year as well. Deepest, darkest February, January, where it's raining, cold, miserable. I just couldn't think of anything worse than getting out onto that training ground. That first dive where you cover yourself in water and mud and then you're freezing for the next 2 hours. Don't miss it one little bit.
And how's the old goalkeeping gloves and stuff? Last time we had, I think, a couple of glasses in Canary Wharf, didn't we? Outside Browns, remember?
Yeah, good as gold, yeah. Funny goalkeeper gloves nowadays. I remember when I was a kid, 10 15 quid for a pair of gloves? You can buy them now, £140.
No.
140 quid. Proper German latex. That is.
Really?
Yeah, Sal's goalkeeper gloves, proper gloves there.
Dear. Right, Shaban coming up in a tick. This weekend, we watch a game or not?
No, we'll be at the rugby, won't we? So it's
of course, yeah, you're going to take it on.
It's an all-day affair, and we'll be on the beers as well and the Guinness.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It's great down there. The Welsh will be singing. Look, whether you love the Welsh or not, I've always been a Welsh fan. I know the English don't go on too well with the Welsh. When they sing the national anthem, it is brilliant. Mate, it's the best one.
I've seen it. We're going for a couple of Welshies as well. And the game is apparently supposed to be in England, sort of whitewash, really. But they won't let the atmosphere down, I promise you that.
No. My pal's got a sports bar in St Catherine's Dock. He's Welsh. And
they love it.
He drops everything when the anthem comes on. He loves it.
Yeah, proper.
Right, listen up. We're giving away an incredible 7-day trip for 2 people to South Africa for the 2027 New Year's test. We've covered your flights, hotel and match tickets plus $2,500 in spending money. The countdown is on. All you have to do, you've got until 4 p.m. today to get your entries in. Listen up. Here's how you can do it. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338. That's WIN to 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate, or call 03434. That's 03434 187 260. Lines closed today, 4 p.m. That's when you need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus, UK residents only. This is a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. So your chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Do that right now. Now time for E-Fellas.
How can you not love the EFL when it throws up moments like this?
Here's Hawk!
Oh, it's come back to Zamora!
Tick off again!
City fans can't believe it. What a match.
Windass! Quite simply destined to be from Team Windass.
We're in London. Hey, we're in London, aren't we?
Leeds can beat you 4-1. They're a fantastic team. But we had someone in the bushes that day twice this season now.
No sirve para nada.
I didn't know I would have such a reaction.
That ghost didn't head one in on Saturday. We didn't defend properly, you great chicken nuggets.
We hear that Jimmy Glass, the goalkeeper, has scored for Carlisle.
You just never know which twist any game is going to turn next.
Must I forever be a beggar?
Great movie. Shaban, you know what movie I'm talking about?
Goodfellas?
Brilliant, absolutely.
You seen it?
Oh, well done. I didn't know that.
You didn't?
Oh, I've seen Goodfellas, yeah. I didn't know the music was from it.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. What are you doing the weekend, by the way? Oh, you're working?
Working? Why? What are we doing?
Well,
what do you want to do?
We're all dolled up for something.
What?
Oh, yeah.
The usual?
You used to walk in here and murder. Now you've made an effort.
You should try it. Trust me. EFL is...
Hair extensions.
Yeah, you could get a wee injection up there.
I've had enough injections. I've had one down there, so I'm not having any more.
He showed it me earlier, yes.
Was he?
Oh,
Guys,
dear.
The old Winter Olympics enhancement. Leicester got their points deduction yesterday. This had been looming for a wee while, hadn't it? Finally docked 6 points. Martin Ziegler saying, back page of the Times, the charges were brought by Premier League, but it led to Leicester breaching the EFL's PSR rules. I mean, it's mad to think. I mean, Henry mentioned it there 10 years ago. Nearly, they won the Premier League, and now to be in this situation, it's an absolute.
Do you remember
shame.
that? That was the infamous game. Was it the Battle of the Bridge, Chelsea Spurs?
Oh, the
last game,
red card, wasn't it?
Yeah, Leicester quietly just crept up there and won it.
Yeah, they did 5,000 to 1. Do you remember that? They had to change all the betting odds after that, didn't they? Weren't allowed to put big odds like that out again.
It's crazy. Let's focus on Watford as well, because the managerial merry-go-round continues.
And they're not far away.
Yeah, I mean, in the second spell, Javi Garcia resigned as head coach. 3 months, 21 games in the second spell. It was defeat to Swansea City, which was the end for him. Winless in 5. Potts ownership now has seen 24 managers since 2012. I mean, where do you stand with this?
They didn't sack this one, at least. This one they didn't sack. There was a funny clip going around on the internet of some kind of football guy, and they were asking him if he has been a Watford manager or he was a member of Parliament or something like that. Wow. And he got so many of them wrong because of some of the names they were throwing out. But that just goes to show how many managers they get through at Watford. Sorry, it's it's crazy. Like I say, to be where they are and to be without a manager again, it's doesn't surprise really now, does it?
Troy Deeney was on with Ali midweek, and they joked about Troy maybe getting the job, and he said, I can't keep my mouth shut for long enough.
Oh, no, it would last 5 minutes, I promise you that.
But I mean, who is the guy? Who leads them forward? Or does it just continue this way?
They'll just continue this way. It's a proven track record now. To be fair to them, they always get there or thereabouts as well, though. Yeah. They're always in the top half. They're always within touching distance of the playoff zone. So I don't know what the right answer is, but they've got a method that they seem to think works for them anyway.
Well, look at that. They're 2 points away from Wrexham in 6th.
It's crazy.
Nothing.
Charlie Daniels, is he the man?
Might be.
Yeah.
Might be. You just don't know, though, because you don't know what the owners are thinking. I think any Watford manager is honestly 3 defeats in a row away from getting the sack at any given time.
Yeah, preferred his brother, Jack.
It's good.
That was a dad joke from you this morning. Race for promotion. Cov, Borough are up there, level at the top. Hull and Ipswich in there as well, Alan.
I couldn't call it now. I said, I'll say it again. I expect Ipswich to be in the playoffs, but they've been favourites for ages. And then Coventry looked like an unassailable lead, and they're now beginning to falter. Borough keep going strong. And Hull, where have Hull come from? Millwall, what a great job he's doing at Millwall. And Wrexham, Derby battered Bristol City. I watched that game. And then you're into the Watfords, the Prestons. End can happen there. There's so many games that come thick and fast.
Can Wrexham do 4 promotions in a row?
Yeah, why not as well? To be where they are is incredible, genuinely. To go from... this will be a quadruple, by the way, if they got to the Premier League. One of the most unbelievable stories. It will never happen again, without doubt. But to be where they are, they've signed a lot of players, don't get me wrong, and they've managed to turn them over as well. But they've got a really good, solid team. No real standout stars, but they've got a team of... But they are a team. It's what the manager asked for them, really. He doesn't want individuals shining names. He just wants a team to do it properly.
It's brilliant. They've stuck by Phil Parkinson the whole time. You still in touch with Big Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, all the time. Just chatting, FaceTime and all that. No, he does. He still randomly will just send a little message out.
Really?
The blue sometimes, yeah. It's nice it is, to be fair.
Does he ever talk to you about the whole Blake Lively saga?
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. All the goss.
First to go to. Do you know the story?
No.
I'll tell you.
Oh, gosh, no. You don't want to know about it.
Oh, really?
You don't want to know.
Who's Blake Lively?
His wife.
All right.
Very, very famous actress.
What, a bit naughty?
No, it's not like that. It was
scandal. It's scandal, Alan.
It was all about a movie she worked on, and then she had it out with the director, and they didn't see eye to eye, and then it all blew up, and it was like...
Show business, oh.
How can a woman be called Blake?
That's my niece's name.
What?
I'm not even kidding you. That was my niece's name.
How you go, Blake?
Yeah. That's a lovely name.
He's saying it like it's like the craziest name in the world.
Blake's a lovely name. What, do you prefer it for a man?
Yeah, I do actually.
Well, I'll...
Well, you've got some strange names in your family, haven't you?
We do. Very, very weird names, yeah.
Yeah. So you've got yourself, Shaban, that's an unusual name.
Yeah.
Blake. You've got your sister.
Yeah, Russia.
No, Rottweiler.
Dog's a funny name. Axel, funny name.
Axel, my dog.
Yeah.
I got a dog. I got a puppy.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Anyway, we'll catch up in the bar later.
We'll break when we want to break, you numpty.
Is there pressure on you, Luke, going into this as defending champion? Because you're there to be knocked off the perch, aren't you?
Yeah, of course. There's always pressure on you when you're the defending champion of any tournament. You know, I think the pressure's always going to be on Luke Littler more than anybody because he's winning all the time and he's expected to keep winning. And if he doesn't win, then it's a surprise nowadays. So pretty well, you know, Gern Price is playing good and Gian's testing him. So, you know, Luke Littler's definitely the man to beat. But of course, I'm the reigning champion. So, yeah, he's going to want to take that off my hands, and I'm going to do everything I can to.
Let me pick you up on that. You declared after Sunday's Nard defeat to him in the Masters final, the Winmau Masters final, Luke Littler, the greatest darts player that's ever lived. Is he?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to backtrack on that. I think what I mean to have said maybe he's the most talented dart player ever. You know, I still think that maybe, you know, the argument would still stand with maybe Phil is the greatest, of course, of what he achieved. But I just think natural, raw talent that he's got, I think that is, to me, what would say is the greatest dart player ever. And, you know, it's just the way he doesn't ever fold under pressure. He's always so great. And, yeah, I mean, it's hard to sit here and backtrack and say, oh, no, Phil. So Phil is one of the greatest, of course. But I just think with his talent, yeah, he's the most talented dart player.
Because I found it a bit curious, Luke, because you're great rivals. And yet you're saying, he's the greatest guy of the lot. He's the greatest player of the lot.
Of course, but that doesn't mean I can't beat him, you know, or I won't beat him, or I won't challenge him. But, you know, like I said, he is the most talented dart player in the world. I think it's obvious. Me saying it was kind of just stating the obvious, really. But that doesn't take anything away from myself thinking I'm just going to, you know, lose every game I play against him. I ran him close on Sunday, and, you know, he's still there to be beaten. I can beat him. I've beaten him in many major finals before. So, yeah, as much as I was giving him a great compliment, that wasn't me backing down saying, you know, I'm just going to give you the wins every time. I'm still up for, you know, trying to test him every week.
How did it all come crashing down for Wales so suddenly? In his first tenure in charge, Warren Gatland built a dynasty, taking young guns and turning them into giants, not just for Wales, but for the Lions as well. 4 Six Nations titles, 3 of them Grand Slams, and in 2019, a world #1 ranking. But then, a record drop-off, golden generation all but gone, a first wooden spoon for 21 years, and 14 losses on the bounce. Why? Perhaps the main reason was poor spending. During Gatland's first tenure, the WRU committed its funds to world-leading training facilities for the national side, but underinvested in the club scene. Despite Ireland raking in similar overall revenues, its union would be committing up to £30 million a year more than Wales to their provincial clubs. In 2023, a report found the WRU had flitted away an £84 million TV deal on the purchase of a Cardiff hotel and a zip wire above the Principality. At the same time, the regional budgets and salary caps were being slashed, and they're still being cut. Add this to a distinct lack of player pathways when compared to the private school-fueled setups in Ireland, Scotland and England, the continuous rise of football's popularity and generational talents going elsewhere. It all meant when Abby Tierney became CEO, having never worked in sport before, she had a mountain to climb. And yet the beauty of sport, of course, is it isn't played in the boardroom, and sometimes it takes surprisingly little for the narrative to shift almost overnight. When Gatland left for the second time, interim coach Matt Sherratt only had 3 training sessions before Wales' next game, but the team looked unrecognisable, and all he did was pick players in the right positions and provide a bit of attacking structure. Suddenly, Wales were back pushing Ireland to the wire. As Gatland's first tenure taught us, for Wales' success to be sustainable, once the books are balanced, the regions need more money, salary caps need boosting, player pathways need investment. But it doesn't have to mean Wales lose every game in the meantime.
Good morning, 7 after 8. talkSPORT breakfast with me. I'm not going to mention that. Alan Brazil, Ben Foster, and Arnold Clark's real sale. It's your last chance to say big on our next car. The sale ends 16th of February. Excuse me. These cough sweets are meant to help. They're not. Now, there's a huge game coming up this Sunday between two of the Premier League's biggest and the best.
Now it's 4-on-2, and it's being led by Fernandes, and now it's in Burma to finish it. He does, and Manchester United lead on the breakaway.
You don't need to do anything with Michael Carrick. You need to let him continue on his journey.
Again, feet on the ground. Let's not get carried away with what's gone on, but it's about what's next again. So big challenge ahead. But we're looking forward to it.
Well, there were cheers at half-time, there were cheers at full-time, and a standing ovation for these Tottenham players, because from 2-0 down at the break, it's finished Spurs 2, Manchester City 2.
That sums Tottenham up for me. First half, not the races, and then the second half, they put in a level of performance that even their fans must be scratching their heads saying, where has that come from?
The ambition is that we want to do very well and carry on with the good performances and beat Man United in 2 days' time.
So, pardon me. So Manchester City take their title hopes to Anfield this Sunday afternoon. This is a big, big test for City. It really is. Now, we've had Piers Morgan on the show this week saying Pep's comments in the media suggest he is done and will leave at the end of the season. Ben, would you... He's been a bit down lately, Pep, but then at the weekend, a result, or the last game, a result, he was all smiles again.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think where they finish this season might dictate a little bit of it. If they go and win the Premier League, which they certainly still can do, by the way.
They had chances. I fear they've been given chances and haven't taken them now. 6
points behind. If you look at the form table, they've dropped so many points recently as well. I think they've got, 6 points out of the last 15, and they're still only 6 points behind Arsenal. So I think nobody's in fantastic form at the minute, and if you can put a 4 or 5 or 6 game run together where you're winning, then anything can change. It really can.
And Arsenal home to Sunderland now. Normally you'd say no problem, home win, but I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I don't know anything in the Premier League anymore. I looked at Arsenal away at Leeds last week, and I thought it's a tough place to go, and they absolutely steamrolled them 4-0. I think it's so hard to call. It really is. I just think the overall ability of the Premier League teams are just so much higher than what it used to be, and it's too hard to call.
Ben, what about Mo Salah? So he's come back from the African Cup. I don't know what it is. There's a spark missing from Mo. Don't get me wrong, he has been magnificent. Brilliant player. But just, he's lost something.
I agree. It's a spark, a little bit of, maybe that is just confidence. A lot of people talking about maybe his legs have gone. I don't think it's quite that yet. I don't think it is, because he's still got the ability. I just think he's lacking a little bit of confidence. What happened earlier in the season, I think, has hit him a little bit and hurt him a little bit. I'd love to see him back, though. I'd love to see him back and firing as well. I watched Liverpool the other night, 4-1 against Newcastle. And it could have gone either way, but when Liverpool were flying and Anfield was rocking, you could see the Liverpool of old there. Yeah. And if Mo Salah can start to bring his best form as well back, then Liverpool can be a force.
Pick his final ball a bit better.
Yeah, pick his final. Yeah.
But we all want him to do well, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
I don't want to see him leave.
In his pomp, though, I remember playing against him. He scored a hat-trick against me. The
one thing for Liverpool, for me, and our next guest will tell me, I just feel the two centre-backs suddenly are looking together again and making less mistakes. So City take their title hopes to Anfield. And this is this last chance saloon this Sunday afternoon. Delighted to see join us now. Continue to build up to the game as a man who knows exactly what its success tastes like, having won 10 major trophies with Liverpool. During his time there, a very, very good morning to top defender Mark Lawrenson. Lauro, morning.
Good morning, guys.
Morning, Mark.
Mark, I was just saying there, just touch on Salah quickly, because I don't want to kick Mo Salah, but there's a spark missing. I don't know what it is.
I think he's lost half a yard. When you look at him play, certainly last season when we know he was brilliant last season, he's just not got that little bit of oomph to get away from players at the moment. And I know he's been away, obviously, but that's all I can think of. I mean, once your legs go, boys, they go. We know, don't we?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ben, what do you make of it? Liverpool, just that game against Newcastle was a great game for me.
Yeah.
And suddenly Liverpool are back.
Yeah, Liverpool. Look, that's what Liverpool can do. I think maybe the injury to Isaac was a blessing in disguise as well, because it made the manager's decision for him. Ekitike, when he's popping, Mark, he is some player, isn't he?
Oh, he's fab. He's absolutely fab. And the thing with him as well, you can just stick him up there on his own.
Yeah.
He's a nuisance, even if he's not scoring. Still a nuisance. But the way he took his goals as well the other night was fantastic. So he's very much been a bonus. And I mean, obviously it was a good result against Newcastle, but I think you'll find that most Liverpool supporters, even because of that, looking at it and they're thinking, you know what, this is the big game to show that we're back against City. Obviously, you know what City are like. You know the way that they'll play. Should be a good game, but it's still at the back of your mind. You kind of think, are we back?
Yeah.
You know, it's one of them, isn't it? And you just don't want to start the game on Sunday and concede an early goal, because then you really be chasing the match.
It's a strange one, Mark, hasn't it? Because when Arsenal have hiccuped, they've given City a chance, and City haven't really taken it. But as Ben says, they're not far away.
No, they're not far away. But it's not, you know, it's not the City of old, is it? And we know that they've made a lot of signings, been very, very active. Once they get the ball, they can really hurt you with it. But you look at them, and it's they, as we talk about Mo Salah and just say is not quite the same. Rodri, not quite the same. And you know, it's awful shoes to have to try and fill in Rodri, because over the years he's been absolutely brilliant for that side. Yes, they're great going forward, but I think the thing with City, whereas in the past you think, oh my God, if we get away with a 2-3-0 defeat, you know, we'll take it. At the moment, you've got a chance against them, and that's been very unusual since the manager's been in charge.
And he was talking about style of play rather than trophies. It's great to win trophies looking good, but I don't think Liverpool fans will put up with not winning any trophies, or it'll be hard for them. You've got to win something.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. And you know, with the money that they've spent as well, I mean, you've always got that thing, which is you've got to win something. You rightly say. I think that with them is that, you know, good result against Newcastle. Yeah, take it all day long. But as I say, we're still looking at, you know, what's it going to be at the weekend? Whereas, as we know with last year, it was like win, win, win all the time. And the thing about it as well, they've had lots of injuries, Liverpool. But listen, you know, it happens to everybody, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mark, where do you sit with Arne Slot? Obviously, doing really well in the Champions League. Looking to have maybe picked up a bit of form again. Where do you sit on it all?
He's one of those who's I think you know when you see his press conferences and you look at him, I think he talks a bit too much, which probably sounds ridiculous, but it's one. If you have to consider with the previous manager, who was obviously absolutely brilliant, and it's difficult in times to kind of follow him, but. We won the league last year, and it's always difficult the next year to win the league again. And he's had that, but he's had lots of injuries. I just feel if you ask the majority of Liverpool supporters, they'll tell you that when he changes it, it doesn't exactly make it any better at the moment. So. And people are saying, "Oh, he's not this and he's not this," and you know, we might have to sack him and all that. I think that's rubbish. I don't think he's in that position. But you're looking at it at the moment. He's just not quite got it right, I would say.
Yeah, Mark. One final one. I've got to move. One final one. City, have they got to win this at Anfield? City.
Yeah. They have, and if they don't as well, because of Arsenal, where Arsenal are going to chuck points away. There's no way, and then they will. If City don't win, I think Arsenal will win the league quite comfortably.
Yeah. Mark, have a great weekend, mate. Thank you for joining us. Brilliant. Mark Lawrenson there. I didn't have time. I wanted to talk about Brighton against Palace. What sort of, is that a big derby?
What's it called? The M something derby, isn't it?
M23?
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah. Is it? I think it is with the fans.
I think either way for Crystal Palace, they don't care whether it's derby or not. They need to get a result. They need to stop the slide.
Coming up, Ben Foster, the cycling goalie, is going to try, he's got no chance, and convince me to get back on the bike. That's coming next.
Let's talk about your team.
All right, come on.
Okay.
I've been waiting.
Let's ask the obvious questions, right? Are you going to do the quadruple? I was going to say double.
Quadruple. Steady on.
No, are you going to do that? I'll tell you why I asked, right? It pains me to say it. I think the league's done, right? And I think if you win at the weekend, you've got Sunderland at home and Man City got Liverpool away.
And Villa
right?
got Bournemouth away.
Okay. If you win and they lose...
I'm not worried about Villa.
No, I wouldn't be. But I think it's pretty much done, but that would confirm it for me. You're in the final of the Carabao.
Come on.
Right.
Come on. I've got Chelsea boots on today. I should have stepped in something yesterday. Would have gave him some good luck, but obviously it didn't. So we got the Chelsea.
You're one of the favourites, if not the favourites, for the Champions League. And the FA Cup at the moment is a little bit too early. What was it, fourth round? But are you fancying it?
I think quadruple is a big leap. I think personally, I think the league is our priority. Quadruple it's on the cards, but I think one step at a time. We're in the final. Yeah. Let's get the cup nice and early, May 22nd down at Wembley.
How important is that cup to your season?
I think it's a big. You know what? People trying to play it down like, oh, it's just the Carabao Cup. No, it's not. You saw the guy crying yesterday when they lost. I think if we get this cup nice and early, it's just the whole morale and the whole team spirit. It's just going to give us such a big boost to go on and do the rest. So I think it's nice and early, March 22nd down at Wembley. Let's get the cup in. And then we chase the rest. But it's an important cup, and I think the league, the whole season, everyone's been on, oh, you got the best squad, you're gonna win. I've been kind of on the fence. Because we've been.
Rushes out to the right-hand side, has a man there, throws the interception at the 39-yard line, returning out to numbers 25, 20, good machine down to the 10, down to the 5, touchdown Eagles! He's got two blockers, he's going to go all the way, 10, 5, touchdown! And the rookie has picked off the superstar!
.22 on talkSPORT. Okay, let's get the latest sporting odds with Coral And here he comes. Has he got an Arsenal shirt on? Has he got a Palace scarf on? Here's Simon Clare.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
And no doubt he wasn't supporting Ireland last night either. Simon, morning.
Of course I was supporting Ireland last night. It didn't do any good, of course. They got roundly thrashed by France. But I was cheering the boys in green on. For sure I was, Alan.
Did you enjoy it? I missed it, but did you enjoy the game?
It was a great atmosphere. The build-up looked fantastic on the TV, but France was so good. I mean, Ireland were just run over, really. And I think, France are now 4-9 to win the Six Nations. That's Ireland really sort of kicked out the betting. England look the big rivals. They play Wales tomorrow. They've got a 28-point handicap advantage, or they've got to give 28 points to Wales. That shows you how one side of the game is 1-40 England to win it.
Does Steve-O get involved in this, supporting the Welsh boyos?
No, not really. I think, well, listen, I'll tell you what, if Wales had a strong side, he might suddenly come out of the woodwork with his red jersey on, but he seems very quiet for the last few years because they've been in terrible trouble. Scotland, to be fair, they're 2-7 to go to Rome and beat the Italians. They're giving the Italians...
It's not as easy as it used to be, by the way.
No, it's not. But listen, it's good to have the Six Nations back, and there's some bigger clashes to come, but the French...
Well, the two big games, Scotland have got England and the French at Murrayfield, and the big game will be Parc des Princes final game, France-England, surely.
Yeah, that could be the absolute decider, couldn't it? I mean, at the moment, it's 4-9 France for Six Nations, 5-2 England, second favourites. Both of them have a chance of the Grand Slam. It's 4-5 the French for Grand Slam, 130 England. So, yeah, all eyes on England to see how they respond to that French performance.
Simon, people keep asking me about Cheltenham, and I'm saying, don't worry, it's another few weeks away. But the way this rain's coming down, I'm thinking, crikey, when's it going to stop?
Well, I mean, the good news is I think the racing has battled through and survived most of the trouble. Obviously, Ireland had to shift their meeting last Saturday onto the Monday, which is amazing. We've got a good card at Newbury tomorrow, kind of a trials day. We've got Haiti Couleur in the Denman Chase. He's 8-11 to win that small field, and he's a 10-1 chance for the Gold Cup with Sean Bowen on board for Rebecca Curtis. And Lulamba, the great hope of Nicky Henderson's, it runs in the Game Spirit. He's also an 8-11 chance. So two short price favourites tomorrow, and he's the current favourite for the Arkle. So more clues on show for Cheltenham, but it's only just over 22. It's under 5 weeks away now, isn't it? And the good thing is the drainage is brilliant at Cheltenham. It does suggest it's going to be pretty soft ground when we get to the first day.
Simon, before we get onto the weekend's football betting, I've got a question about cash outs, okay? I don't know if you've seen this. There was a news story going around yesterday, that some guy put a big old football accumulator on. He had one result to go. I think 9 or 10 of them came in. He had one result to go, and he was offered a cash out of 50 grand. If he would have let it run and it won, it would have been $250,000.
Yeah.
But he was offered the cash out of 50 grand. He actually took it, and the result didn't come in, so he would have lost the bet. Who decides the cash out? Have you got a team of people, or is it AI generated kind
John
of?
Hills.
Fortunately, it's not the Rochdale Cowboy. All hell could break loose. No, it's an automatic. It's an automatic process. Actually, cash out's become a really good standard thing that across a lot of bets where you can go in and particularly on those sort of accumulated tapes which run over time.
I keep forgetting to do it, Simon, in football.
Well,
90 plus 7. Oh no, another cash out.
Yeah, exactly. You could, but the thing is, in the old days, you couldn't, and in a way, it just meant you placed your bet, you wait to see how it get played through. Now it's just that temptation, like you said, of do you cash out and then regret it when the last leg wins, or do you not cash out and wish you hadn't? So in some ways, I think it's a high class problem to be in, like that guy, and he made the right call. But it's I tend to just, if I place a bet like an ACCA on 6 teams, I would always sort of just let it run, I think, but it's easier said than done when you're facing a big payout.
Simon, I was thinking the other day who we got to get up in the Coral box at Cheltenham. We've got to get Daryl Jacob up there. He's looking after the double green, isn't he? Simon Munir, who's a good juvenile winner. So I'm hoping Simon and his partner are going to have a crack in Cheltenham. They deserve it, the money they put in.
Oh, yeah, the horse, actually. He's the favourite for the Supreme. He's also short in the betting for the Turners. But I think Joseph
just got up, didn't he?
He did, but he ran a really eye-catching race, and I think Daryl Jacobs very keen on him. He's in great form, Daryl. I don't know if you've seen him lately. He's doing a lot of TV. He's all over the place. He's just one of those total sort of full of energy, positive guys, sort of guy you want to be around. So yeah, we'll be willing them on. But yeah, so lots of racing to look forward to in the coming weeks. And we are on. Listen, I know you've talked a lot about this. Your lobbying has worked. We are doing the 5 days again. We'll be at Jackdaws on the Monday, Alan.
Well, I had to intervene. I spoke to JP. He says, "Of course you're doing it, Alan."
Absolutely. That was absolute Alan Brazil pressure at its finest. But yeah, you better do the 5 days now, Al, after lobbying for it so hard.
Well, there's every chance I'm going to do it on Monday, isn't there?
Yes, I think you'll do the
Friday,
Monday.
I don't know, but yeah,
That's
Monday I'll
exactly
do it.
right. Don't worry, the betting will be out soon.
How many years ago was the last time I didn't do all 5?
Alan, I think it was 2 years ago.
Nah, more than that.
Well, we might have to do a little. We'll study the form as we prepare for Cheltenham. You definitely didn't do it. You definitely didn't do it last year because you did all 5 days last year because you're in negotiations with the bosses. I think so. I'm not sure about this year. You're probably feeling quite relaxed and.
I'm very relaxed. Simon, quick one on the footy. Quick one. We've got to look at Anfield, haven't we? Liverpool against Man City. Yeah. I think it's a must-win for City. And what about Arsenal? They take on Sunderland, who will make it tough for them.
Yeah, well, Arsenal are 1-4 at home at Sunderland. And again, the way the season's gone, you wouldn't bank on anything. And obviously, Arsenal fans will be hoping for a solid home win there. And then all eyes will be on Anfield, because I was actually at Anfield at the start of the season where Szoboszlai scored that free kick, and you generally thought that was a blow, that Liverpool, an early blow for Liverpool against Arsenal in the title race. Well, they're out of the title race now, and now Arsenal fans will be cheering for Liverpool on Sunday. And they are 11-8 favourites after that great Newcastle. And but it's very tight. 7-4 City away from home, 11-4 the draw. I mean, it's a cracking game, guys, isn't it? And you can just imagine the atmosphere will be crackling, and Pep Guardiola will be pacing his box. And I just think it's going to be a great game. And as I say, Arsenal fans, if Liverpool could beat City, I think then maybe the title is ours. It's 2-11 Arsenal at the moment, but I'm definitely not. I think that's a very short price. I can still see a few.
Simon, I've got to break, but just a quick one. How do we bet now in the Championship? At the top.
Yeah, obviously, I was just interested listening to you chatting about the Championship earlier. Coventry are currently the 11-10 favourites. It's 2-1 Middlesbrough, 3-1 Ipswich. Looks a 3-horse race. All 3 of them long odds on to be promoted, however. And we're talking about Wrexham Millwall. Looks the big game this weekend. 6-4 Wrexham. Millwall in 5th, 15-8. And Wrexham 12-1 currently for promotion. But it's a brilliant division and lots of teams battling for those top 6 places for the playoffs.
Simon, have a great weekend. Thank
you. Too, guys.
I was going to say Super Bowl, but Seahawks are hot favourites, yeah?
Seahawks, they are favourites. Where have we got it here? Yeah, they've got. I think they've got a 4-point handicap swing. The New England Patriots are 2-1. Seahawks 2-5. 4 points Sunday night. Lots of sport to look forward to. Are you going to stay up late on Sunday night, Al?
No. Thanks, Simon.
Thanks, guys.
Have a great weekend. That was a look at the latest odds with Corro. 18+, gambleaware.org. Coming up, we'll find out why Ben has become the most hated man in Glasgow. Oh dear, I don't know about this. You don't want to miss this one.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18+, gambleaware.org.
You can believe why is it so hard to believe a black man than a white man? Understand me? Why is it so hard to believe a black man than a white man?
Why you don't believe it?
Why is it?
Let me answer the question.
Yeah,
go on.
So we go there.
First and foremost, it's got nothing to do with colour.
No, it does. This whole country got some. This whole world got something to do with race. You think you pan out? You think you have a? You think you done had a great life? You think your life has been like mine?
How is Derek Chisora then, out of curiosity, given he's a black man, a national treasure in this country then? It's not about colour. You called somebody a cheat. I asked you a question.
Oh, come on. You have a whole lot of black people around this
the question. Didn't like the question. Didn't like the question. All right, I moved on.
Stop it.
I moved on.
Man, come on, man. Y'all can't tell, man.
So the bronze bomber, there he is.
Yeah, so come on, man.
Come on, we can have a disagreement, can't we?
Life, as a little boy and I bet your view as a little boy is totally different than my view as a little boy. Most black people, why we so into it with each other, because we have PTSD. We done been through so much
You wanted to move on, right?
Come on, man. It's hard to move on when you don't know the truth, and that's when I come in and try to give you a vision, a little insight of what we go through as black people, man.
I got it.
You don't get it.
Well, okay.
None of y'all get it.
Where do you want me to go?
Y'all don't get it. That's the problem. You think you get what you don't understand.
Okay.
Why is it so hard?
Pull it back into the fight. Let's talk about the fight.
It's hard to put it back. I'm from the South. You understand?
Come on, let's pull it back into the fight.
It's hard when y'all don't understand. I get it. Another situation. I said I didn't want to talk about the situation. Now you got me riled up.
Fair enough.
Wild as back. I feel. You understand me? You don't mean that, man.
Okay, stop
man, let me get the out of here, bro. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Talking about my peoples and all that. It's hard to believe a black man than a white man. The cheated. Tell him to sue me so I can show the facts early. Because when the documentary and everything, the story come out, I'm going to show everything.
Fantastic.
I'm going to get all the people that know and all the people that's in.
When you think about famous F1 circuits, the likes of Silverstone, Monza, Monaco come to mind. One of these is not like the others, though. Monaco is just one of a number of street circuits on the calendar, and that number's only set to rise. There's a clear difference between a traditional circuit and a street circuit. One is a purpose-built facility on private land, the other is, as it sounds, a race through the streets of a major city. Monaco is the famous example, twisting and turning through the streets of the Principality with iconic backgrounds and, let's be honest, not a lot of overtaking. But from 2026, there'll be a record 10 street circuits on the calendar. It proves that cash remains king. Each track promoter gives F1 between $20 and $60 million just for the rights to host an F1 race. And when Saudi Arabia pays upwards of $100 million, you can see why it's an attractive prospect for the sport. But is it all positive? Well, the drivers aren't that bothered. If you ask a majority of them, they'll tell you historic circuits at Silverstone, Spa, Monza, Zandvoort, they're the favourites. For the sports organisers, though, it kind of makes sense. In 2025, Monaco had a record 2.3 million strong viewership in the US alone. Meanwhile, for the British Grand Prix several weeks later, 1.5 million tuned in. So while these races may not be rip-roaring, all-out action, thrill rides we want as race fans, people are tuning in even more, and bosses can demand even more cash.
25 minutes to 9. I had it from the horse's mouth there, Ben. You know, I got dumped 10 minutes ago, and Amiri said, "What ridiculous! Why did they do that?
Ridiculous.
You're a bunch of, you know, you are a bunch of
no, steady.
25 minutes to 9 o'clock. talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. The UK's biggest used car sale ending soon. Ben Foster with me now. Cristiano Ronaldo might be playing his football over in Saudi, but he's still making headlines. Don't worry about that. Cristiano has warned PIF and Saudi Pro League officials he's prepared to leave Saudi Arabia following a dispute over funding. talkSPORT understands the 41-year-old is unhappy with Al Nassr's recent transfer business, despite extending his stay at the club in June until summer 2027. I don't get this, me. Just get on with it, Cristiano. Honestly, you've had an unbelievable career. You've worked your socks off. You're mega. You're multi. Just get on with it. So as Ben's sitting alongside me, Ben Foster, this morning. A man who's played with Cristiano went back at Man United. Ben, what are your memories of playing with Cristiano? I would imagine he is non-stop, lives and breathes football.
That's exactly what he is. Non-stop, ultimate professional. everything was done properly. Everything was done to within an inch of its life. And I don't begrudge him a single penny that he's earned in his career.
I was going to say, were you concerned at all he got 300 times your wages?
No, not at all. He was 300 times better than me, to be honest with you, as well.
Not in goal, he wasn't.
No, God, no. I beat him in goal. I think he's on £1 million a week, is he, or something out in Saudi?
Oh, probably more.
These are the problems that are going to arise, though. If you get somebody like Cristiano on board, if you're not willing to back him and follow him and his ideas and what he wants to see for the team, then eventually he's not going to be happy with it, is he?
Well, what will he do then? Will he buy his own football club soon?
Probably could, couldn't he?
David Beckham's done that,
Oh, he
really?
definitely could, yeah. I think that would be probably the next evolution of Ronaldo, wouldn't it?
Interesting. So, Ronaldo might be on strike, but talkSPORT certainly aren't. This Friday, 5:30, live on talkSPORT's YouTube channel Friday, we bring you Saudi League action. Good luck to you. Now, Ben Foster went viral on his podcast, Fozcast it's called, for his comments about Celtic and Rangers would go on in English football. We're talking here about the Championship right now. They'd walk it, wouldn't they, Ben?
I think it's an interesting
point.
point.
They'd win the Championship, Scotland.
Not straight away.
No, I think they'd get relegated straight away.
What, from the Championship?
Yes.
No way.
You think that Rangers or Celtic would win the Championship?
I think they go up. One of them definitely.
No chance.
Wow, that's a great.
I don't think they would.
No chance on this earth.
Really?
I haven't been up this season, but I were up the season.
They're obviously going to recruit. If they went into the Championship, they'd recruit.
Yeah, but they'd have to spend ridiculous money, and had they got ridiculous money, and from the get-go, I don't think they'd have the team to be able to do it. No chance.
But over time, right, given 5, 6, 7 years, they'd be in the top 6.
Within 15 years, they'd be a monster.
I don't know, because from the get-go, they're going to struggle.
Well, Ben, before we take a little bit more on this, would you like to explain why? Is it just it's a tough league? You're talking about the Championship here.
I'm sat in between two Scots here, by the way, giving you the worst evils ever.
Two left-footers as well.
I still stand by what I said a little bit. I'll backtrack on the getting relegated part, but I still think that if you put Rangers and Celtic into the Championship today, the team that Celtic have and the team that Rangers have today, I think they wouldn't get relegated, but they're definitely not getting promoted from the Championship. Is that a fair statement?
I think they'd have a great home record.
Would they get promoted?
Ibrox or Parkhead.
Do you think they'd get promoted?
I don't know. But they play, by the way, listen, the game is played very fast up there.
There's a lot of umming and ahhing going on. There's a lot of umming and ahhing. I think.
Well, I would say
me a little bit.
Promoted, yeah.
Straight away from the get-go?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to think I agree with Alan, but I understand.
Don't you dare disagree.
No, I understand the point and the fact that the Championship is a basket case and it's so intense and it's unrelenting. And right now, currently, would they be ready? This current Celtic and Rangers side when they're already struggling.
Well, I think that's the point.
I can
it's
kind
a
of
good
see
point. The current state of Scottish football.
And that was the question, right? It was about the current state of Scottish football. However, as Alan points out, our home stadiums would be a nightmare, I think, for a lot of teams coming up. The fans are unbelievable. Global fan base for Celtic, anyway.
But you tell me Celtic Rangers couldn't beat the likes of Millwall, Wrexham, teams like that who are up there?
Proper good teams,
You need to understand the league as well. I would say that would be another part of it. If they could completely come into the league and understand it and hit the ground running.
I bet you if you looked at budgets and the amount of wages players earned, I bet teams in the Championship, the Millwalls and the Wrexham, are earning more money than what Scottish players would be earning.
Well, when Celtic were looking for a new manager before that disaster from France, I thought Kieran McKenna might go, but he probably financially wouldn't want to go.
No. And I think where the money is, normally you get the best talent, right? So for me, it stands to reason that I just think they would struggle in the Championship. Not get relegated for sure, but they'd struggle.
But if they went to the Championship, they'd be getting more money.
Yeah, it would never happen. It would ruin Scottish football, and there's plenty of teams.
I think it would, but a lot of people disagree.
No, it'd ruin Scottish football, it would. And there's so many teams in England that would not want them anywhere near it, I promise you, because they would eventually be in the Premier League and they'd be a big boy.
But the people who would say ruin Scottish football are also maybe not thinking about Scottish football this season, which has been the most interesting season we've seen in my lifetime.
I'm now going to get pelters because I think Hearts, the likes of Hibs, Motherwell are playing well.
St Mirren.
Now it's a three-way fight. St Mirren have done well. Rangers, Celtic and Hearts. And I would not discount Hearts are winning this just yet. And I think we needed this in the SPL. I really do, even although I'm green and white through and through, and I'm desperate for us to win it. But I think we needed this.
Yeah, we should have asked Simon the betting odds, actually, because I remember even earlier on in the season when Hearts were, 9 points clear or something, Celtic was still the favourites to win it, wasn't
they were.
Just because that's what happened. Celtic win the league.
Some news, by the way, coming out of Celtic as well. Reports of a medical for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain today to Celtic. Thoughts on that?
Oh, I think it's a fantastic... If he can get hold of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain... 32. We did a podcast with him 5 months ago. Still looks in incredible shape. Still training hard, working
Training at
hard.
Arsenal, I believe.
Yeah,
But a lot of players have gone from south to north thinking they'll stroll this league, and they haven't.
Oh, no chance. If you're going up there, you got to commit to it. You're doing it properly, but I think he's got the mentality to do that, and probably the hunger as well. He's been out of work for 7 months now?
Yeah.
It's a long time to be out of it, so if you're going to do it, you may as well do it properly.
Interesting.
Okay, Shaban, what's happening this weekend? Anything exciting?
Weekend breakfast tomorrow from 6 o'clock. Other than
Any
that,
nice dinners arranged?
I don't have a life, to be honest. I'll probably
that's a lie.
drink wine, chill with the kids, chat to Jamie. He'll try and listen, and then we'll go again.
He'll be in front of the telly, won't he? Football.
So you're up at 4 in the morning tomorrow?
3 in the morning.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I know.
I will have a good one,
I actually love it, though. Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.
Cheers, Shaban.
Hey, Shaban. Right, still to come on talkSPORT.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Benchmarks Kitchens and Joinery. Get trade prices on kitchens to suit all styles and budgets at Benchmarks.
Where is he? Where is Sam Matterface? Where is he? He won't be like this rain, by the way. Ooh. He'll be getting drenched. It makes you feel even smaller, doesn't it?
Oh, you're horrible, you lot.
Yeah. He stands by that pavement and get all the, little buses past, little vans past, he gets soaked. People won't help him across the road like they used to. Sam coming up. He's in his buggy on his way to the studio. Big Alex is pushing. For cost of the commentator, Ben is a big lad, so we might have to get him a bigger high chair. We've got a couple of cushions for him. He loves it, by the way. Legendary Spurs midfielder and manager Glenn Hoddle. A lot of people say get Glenn back at Spurs. Will join us to look ahead to the game against United tomorrow lunchtime. Remember, Glenn scoring a great left foot volley against United at the White Hart Lane. Live on talkSPORT, we'll also hear Glenn say on the future of Spurs and Thomas Frank. And ahead of Scotland's opening Six Nations game tomorrow against Italy, former Scotland forward Big Jim Hamilton, who won 63 caps, will join us right here in the studio. That was a breakfast preview with Travis Perkins Hire.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. With 250 hire branches nationwide, it's easy to hire at Travis Perkins.
Listen, look, tonight's a tough... Dom, look, tonight is a tough night. I get it. It is a poor performance. You look like you're a bit flat. You look like you've run out a bit of steam. But to say that he's under pressure, I'm amazed that you're saying it, because you sound like you know what you're talking about, Dom. And I'd be amazed if you think about Eddie Howe getting the sack. You won the Carabao Cup last season. It's the first time you've won a trophy at like what? 30 years or something ridiculous, right?
70 years.
70 years.
And
right, so you got
I cannot thank that bloke enough for giving me that day at Wembley.
Okay,
it's
but so where's the credit? So where's the credit in the bank then? You're in the Champions League. You've qualified for the playoffs, right? You're 7 points off fourth. right? You sold your best player that you've seen since probably Alan Shearer in Isak last season, right?
And reinvested the money.
Yeah, but you've been reinvested it in money on players who are nowhere near as good as Isak. You know,
So
and that's
then
just
fundamentally something is wrong. Who wants control of transfers? If that's who's control of transfers, he should be nowhere near them. If he was at any other club, any other big club, if he was at Man City, Man United, Tottenham, Arsenal, Chelsea, he'd have been sacked pre-Christmas.
No, he wouldn't, mate.
And there's no
He
denying
wouldn't.
that.
I don't
He
believe
would.
that.
He would. Chelsea have proven that before, Jamie.
But Chelsea,
Your club have
you
done
can't
it before.
compare Chelsea to Newcastle. You can't, Don. I'm sorry.
Your lot, Jamie, San Mourinho, the week before a cup final, you probably would have stood a chance of winning with Mourinho in charge. But Ryan Mason never made a game in his life before in front of him.
but that was a terrible decision.
No, just before we look, Dom, I understand what you're saying. You're not the only Newcastle fan I've spoken to about this. There is still a lot of football to be played. Okay, you're out the Carabao Cup, disappointing. You couldn't hold on to it that you won last year. Where for the rest of this season now, Eddie Howe has got to prove that he is more than capable, because there is only 7 points between it. There's a lot.
Rushes out to the right-hand side, has a man there, throws the interception at the 39-yard line, returning out to the numbers 25, 20, Cooper Machine down to the 10, down to the 5, touchdown Eagles! He's got 2 blockers, he's going to go all the way, 10, 5, touchdown! And the rookie has picked off the superstar!
Minutes to 9, talkSPORT Breakfast. Ben Foster alongside me. Right, don't forget, closing today 4 p.m. It's your final chance to win the holiday of a lifetime, a 7-day trip for 2 to beautiful Largs up in Scotland. I'm only kidding. To the New Year's test in Cape Town, plus $2,500 spending money. For T's and C's and how to enter, head to talksport.com/, okay? And everyone would believe South Africa isn't in this competition because they are red hot at the moment. Because time to get an update on the Six Nations with Funding Circle.
Guinness Six Nations preview on talkSPORT with Funding Circle. We make your finance goals our business. Find out more at fundingcircle.com.
Whose national anthem's that?
You're having a laugh. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I love the Six Nations, and I'd go to, with the greatest respect to England, nah. Scottish Piper, Murrayfield on the roof, magic. The Welsh, magic. And they'll French, not when they get going as well. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Jim Hamilton's with us. Big Jim, morning.
Hello, how are we doing? Great
I
to be
missed
back
it
in the
last
studio.
night, but the French were too good.
Yeah, too good, which we thought they would be. Ireland are a team in transition. France, a load of emotional drivers at home in Paris with Dupont being back, and it was an easy win. They didn't really get out of third gear, to be honest with you, and they did a good job on Ireland.
So I don't want to be unfair on Scotland because I think I'm underestimating Scotland, but we've got to, if we can't win it, and it's going to be tough. We're definitely going to have a say in this, aren't we? England at Murrayfield and France coming to Murrayfield.
You can't say it because we have been burnt too many times. Yeah. This is our year, Alan. This is our year, Ben. And we say it all the time, but from a squad perspective, from a form, a fitness, an age profile, we've got the oldest squad, most experienced squad in the tournament. It does feel like it is now or never. But I said that last year and the year before. But where the fixtures are laid out, we've got England at home in Murrayfield in Edinburgh and France. So we've probably got the two hardest games at home, albeit we've not won in Ireland since.
Well, yeah, we have to go to Ireland, don't we? Ben, you're at Twickenham, aren't you?
At Twickenham, looking forward to it. It should be a fairly routine win for England tomorrow, right?
Yes, it will be. They put 60 points on Wales away last year, albeit Wales are better, but England, 11 games on the spin, and they're a good team, mate. They're a great team to watch, and they're a form team.
If England were to play Scotland tomorrow, who's winning?
It's a 50-50 match.
We'd
don't normally sit on the fence.
Because the wind and the rain.
No, we're better than that now. That's old school. That's
I heard mentally the Scottish aren't quite there.
What? Who told you that?
You.
Yeah, you put it in there. All the journos are going at Gregor Townsend saying, "Oh, you've taken the Newcastle job already." They're trying to put him off. But England, Scotland, England this year, always the biggest game in the calendar.
Is our squad big enough?
Well,
we lose 2 or 3 good players. Look, don't get me wrong, that hurts everyone, but we won't have as big a squad as England, would we?
No, we don't. No, England have got strength in depth. They've got this thing called the POM squad, rugby banter, that they bring off the bench that does really well for them. We are light on the bench from a Scotland perspective, but from a starting 15, we have got one of, between us and France, I would say, a lot of people would say the best 2 starting 15 teams.
Is that what it's called, the POM squad? So I went to the New Zealand game a few months ago for the Autumn Internationals, and obviously we're bringing Ellis Genjon, Henry Pollock, and it changed the game. It saw us through with so much more energy, didn't it?
Yeah, so South Africa started it with the bomb squad, which they called, and we saw at the World Cup they bring on 8 mutants or 7 forward mutants, and it would change the game. And they beat England at the World Cup off the back of bringing on their bench. There's been this trend, this movement now in the game where some benches are stronger than the starting team. So England's a perfect example, bringing on an Ellis Genge, bringing on Tom Curry, a Henry Pollock, the finishers, Eddie Jones used to call them. And that's where, from a Scotland point of view, we don't have that strength in depth. We don't have that added luxury. But from England, they've built strength in depth across the board, and they're a quality
team. Do you know what would be interesting is if that started to make its way into football? I heard Stuart Pearce say something about this a couple of years ago, and he said when he was at West Ham, for him, the players that were going to be coming on later on in the game were just as important, if not more important, than the players who actually started.
They'd be moping, though, wouldn't they? Because they're on the bench. They'd see it as a negative in football. I don't know what the psyche
get them to buy into it. Do you know what I mean?
I think they might be different now. Premiership players, they've got great contracts. Well, sit on the bench, come on for 20 minutes, great.
They never look ready to go in football, do they?
Right,
whereas in rugby, they're there. Well, they have to be. It's a physical contact sport, isn't it? But the footballers are always on the bench. Like, I don't want to go on.
Surely you'd want to come on when everybody else is tired.
Yeah.
You'd what? Sorry, man.
I'm thinking if you're sat there on the bench and you're watching everybody tire themselves out and you're thinking, especially if you're Henry Pollock, you're thinking, I'm going to come on and run.
I'm just going to comment, Pollock. Is he look, I like characters, and he's certainly a character, but is he one of them players that the opposition players say, if I get a chance, I'm going to nail you?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that we're talking about him now, he's being spoken about by everyone, and I saw him early before he was even in the England squad, and I was like, this lad is an incredible athlete, and then everything else has just blown up for him. But every step of the way, Henry Pollock has delivered with his ability. Yeah, you've got the off-field stuff, building a brand, building a profile. Rugby needs all of this, and they need all of that. Forget that, that's part of it. But he is a world-class operator, and his celebrations and the finger on the pulse, and got under the skin of the French, and now it's kind of gone global. He's kind of loved, hated, respected, the villain, however you look at it. But the fact that we're talking about him now, he seems to be the boy.
What about the adverts on ITV?
I'm there for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind it. And this is getting a load of backlash. I mean, how does it affect anyone where an ad comes up on screen when there's a down period? The scrums take a minute, 2 minutes, sometimes 3 or 4 minutes. Why would you not monetize that and leverage that opportunity in a sport that needs more revenue? You know, and you guys know better than me. You're in a sport where
certainly club rugby, but no, I wouldn't say Six Nations.
Yeah, but go all in on a tournament where there is huge appetite and there's sellable revenue ad slots. You know, you're in a sport where commercially it's never been stronger. Like NFL, NBA, it's all revolves around advertising and TV deals. I don't think we should be thinking the traditions and the old-fashioned way of rugby because, frankly, that hasn't worked.
Yeah. Ticket-wise now, getting tickets for Twickenham and down in Cardiff. How difficult it is for opposition fans now? Is it a case every year you go on a ballot for next year? Is it that difficult?
Yeah, it is, which shows there's an appetite for it. I mean, Wales...
Even in France?
I mean, Wales will be easier now because they're not as good and there's a bit of a fan revolt and things are chaotic there. Scotland, England, for example, impossible to get a ticket, which is great, right? Because if you can't watch it on the TV, you'll go down the pub, you'll go around your mates' houses and watch it. But you know, they're expensive tickets to get. They're premium tickets, but it's a premium tournament, and that's what it is. That's where this tournament lies in the calendar. It's the best rugby tournament out with the World Cup, and it's every single year. So therefore, there's an added value to the tickets.
Who are you picking apart from Scotland? Your favourite to win the tournament?
I've got it between France, England and Scotland, and that it is hard to pick. Scotland are great. I can't sit here and say Scotland are going to win it. It's based on nothing. You know, the Autumn Nation Series, we got beat by New Zealand, played well. We were beating Argentina 21-0 and we lost the game.
They're a good side. You shouldn't lose at 21-0, but they're a good side, Argentina. They've improved.
Yeah, they've improved massively, yeah. So for me, France are favourites just with how their fixtures lie. They've got England in the last game of the championship in Paris. So it makes you...
That'd be a hot ticket, won't it?
Yeah, it'd be amazing. And it's going to be, it's the French. Who knows where they're going to go. But France could get beat by Scotland at Murrayfield. And I think that's what will happen. I don't think anyone will win the Grand Slam. I don't think everyone will win every single game. I think it will come down to the last weekend.
And Glasgow doing well in Europe.
Ali's team, yeah. Ali's been hanging around the squad, isn't he? Ali McCoy, which is great to see.
Anyone with just a glint of success, Ali's in there.
Oh, clinging on to it.
Oh, yeah. A few years ago, he didn't want to know.
It is awesome to see, though. Me and Ben were talking about the other sports enjoying rugby, and Ali McCoy's yourself being one. It's really cool to see. But Glasgow are flying. I mean, talking a bit about a big win, they were 21-0 down against Toulouse, who are the best club team in the world, probably, and came back and won that game. And
Amazing.
Scotland have got a backbone of Glasgow players that now know how to win. They won the URC a couple of years ago, so the club tournament, and so a bit more Glasgow in the Scotland team. A bit harder on the West, didn't they? You know that, Alan.
Yeah, well, without a doubt. Jim.
Do you know what you've done today? This is horrible. We've got Sam Matface coming in a minute, right?
Little Sam, you mean?
I'm 6'4", right? And they're making a point of me standing next to him. They brought Big Jim in, who's 6'9". He's a monster.
In my heels, I am. I'm 6'8". You can add an inch on if you want.
God.
If little Sam walked through that door now and Big Jim stood up, Sam would bump into him.
You wouldn't even see
his
him.
kneecap.
He would disappear, Sam would.
That's fine.
Kneecaps.
I'll give him a nod then.
Jim, enjoy the weekend, mate. Thank you. You're always welcome. Brilliant.
Pleasure. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jim Hamill, there you go. Scotland could be the spanner in the works against England and the French. Coming up, we turn our attention back to Manchester United. Ben has said Michael Carrick will get the job. I think he should, if he can win 10 of the last 15. So what are the key changes Michael has made? We'll ask Ben that question next. That was a look ahead to the Six Nations with Funding Circle.
Guinness Six Nations preview on talkSPORT with Funding Circle. We make your finance goals our business. Find out more at fundingcircle.com.
just give me a quick one. You're not an Arsenal fan, but Piers Morgan yesterday upset a lot of people. Just give me a little take on what you heard him say yesterday and how you feel about it.
He's just doing it to wind everyone up, and he had idiots like me on early breakfast going, what on earth are you talking about? Because how can you have... This Arsenal squad is the best in the league, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That's it. And you can't be the best ever anything without winning stuff. You can't compare this Arsenal squad to teams that have won. I think of every City squad under Pep that has actually backed it up by winning things.
What have Arsenal do?
But it's an if. You can't come out and say that now when they've won zero. They've won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
We will see come May what happens. But even if they do win a couple of trophies, is that the best ever squad assembled? No. Have you looked at Barcelona under Pep Guardiola? Have you looked at Real Madrid squads over the years? Like bringing on,
I think man for man,
bringing on Leandro Trossard and Gabriel Martinelli to me doesn't equate to the best ever squad.
But they've got probably 25 top players. They had to let Wanyeri go on loan.
But that was the wrong decision.
I know, but
that was the wrong decision.
I think I have to sort of agree with Pierce.
It's the best ever.
Yeah, because of
in
like
world football, Gabby.
Because of quality and numbers. That's what I mean. In like they've got two teams.
You're talking about right now.
Right now, yeah.
Comparing that to teams that we've seen in the Premier League. I saw the 2010-11 Champions League final. Carlos Puyol was on the bench for Barcelona, as was Thiago Alcantara.
Yeah, but did they have 25 top players?
But I'm talking about the Arsenal squad. That Man United squad was ridiculous. The players they had on the bench.
I don't think they had 25. I'm talking about like the quantity of players.
So do you think that Arsenal squad now is the best ever assembled in world football?
For numbers, for top numbers.
No, we're not talking about numbers. I'm talking quality.
For numbers and the quality of those players, the kind of
we'll come back to this. I was worried about the lights.
Who would have thought a sporting event's halftime show could have a bigger impact than the game itself? Well, the Super Bowl halftime show does exactly that. In 2024, Usher brought in an audience of 180 million worldwide, the biggest ever in the event's history. But how did singing and dancing get to be the centerpiece of America's biggest sporting event? The first edition of the Super Bowl was held in 1967 when the Green Bay Packers beat the Kansas City Chiefs in Los Angeles. Because of the sheer size of the event, organisers wanted to put on entertainment at halftime for the fans in the stadium. It was a display of marching bands, dancers and pure USA patriotism, and that was the theme that followed for years. In the 1980s, the Walt Disney Company got involved and we started seeing some interesting and questionable displays. But we got our first glimpse of halftime shows to come in '93 when none other than Michael Jackson stunned fans with his 15-minute medley of his own smash hits. When he walked out on stage, he had to wait for the crowd's cheers to die down for about 2 minutes before even starting his first song. Diana Ross, Gloria Estefan, Phil Collins all starred in their own shows, as did Aerosmith, who performed alongside NSYNC. Things got a little bit out of hand in 2004 when Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson produced perhaps the most famous or infamous wardrobe malfunction in history. Shows from the likes of Prince, Lady Gaga and Beyoncé are considered by critics as the best. To give you an idea of the scale of things, Rihanna's 2023 halftime show included roughly 800 people. These ranged from backing dancers to stage crew to camera operatives broadcasting to millions around the world. The whole stage for that show was built in roughly 8 minutes and was broken down and cleared away in the same time. The acts perform for free nowadays, even though the experts reckon it costs around $13 million to put on Rihanna's show. Artists know they'll rocket up the charts in the following weeks. Rihanna's average sales improved by 140% in the months following her performance. The Super Bowl halftime show will be a fixture in pop culture for years to come. So the question is, who next?
7 minutes after 9, talkSPORT Breakfast, Alan Brazil, former United keeper Ben Foster, and Arnold Clark's real sale. Your last chance to save big on your next car. The sale ends on the 16th of February. The Ben, you played with James Milner. What a career at England. He is, of course, one game away from the all-time Premier League appearance record. Fantastic.
Incredible.
What an achievement.
Yeah, incredible. I played with Gareth Barry as well. Similarly, incredible. We were talking about Ronaldo earlier, actually, about somebody who does things so professionally, is so precise in everything he does, and that's what James Milner is. There's no surprise he's got to the age he is and made the appearances that he's made, that he's about to break it. I think it's incredible. What a career, what a guy.
Good guy or
lovely guy.
Not boring at all?
No, not boring. Obviously, there's that rumour going around. It is boring, James Milner. But I think that's just because he's so professional. Doesn't drink alcohol. Doesn't go out partying.
Nothing wrong with that.
But he's good to go. He's good for a laugh. He's down for everything. And it's nice to see him doing what he's doing now. Still.
Who was more professional, James or Cristiano?
Oh, they're the same. I promise you, they're exactly the same. First one's in. Everything crossed off, ticked off in the gym, stretching, yoga. Do your training sessions, last one to leave the training pitch, and then getting all the rub downs and massages and cool downs as well.
Really?
Really good, mate. Top notch. Top notch.
Now, what a massive game we have tomorrow, lunchtime in the Premier League. It's all eyes on Old Trafford. As Spurs go to Manchester United, it's going to be a cracker. I did play for both clubs. I wouldn't call it the Alan Brazil derby, but it's live on talkSPORT.
It's 4-on-2, and it's being led by Fernandes, and now it's in Burma to finish it. He does, and Manchester United lead on the breakaway.
You don't need to do anything with Michael Carrick. You need to let him continue on his journey.
Again, feet on the ground. Let's not get carried away with what's gone on, but it's about what's next again. So big challenge ahead. But we're looking forward to it.
Well, there were cheers at half-time, there were cheers at full-time, and a standing ovation for these Tottenham players, because from 2-0 down at the break, it's finished Spurs 2, Manchester City 2.
That sums Tottenham up for me. First half, not the races, and then the second half, they put in a level of performance that even their fans must be scratching their heads saying, where has that come from?
The ambition is that we want to do very well and carry on with the good performances and beat Man United in 2 days' time.
Do you know what I was thinking as well? I saw it the other night on the telly. Fergie, I know he's involved in his horses, he loves it, he's enjoying life, and rightly so. Brilliant. His record, Aberdeen, Man United, magic. But these boys still go and privately talk to him, don't they?
Yeah, they like everything. I still get.
I reckon he loves that, Fergie.
Yeah, without doubt, and I don't mind that either. To be honest with you, I don't mind it because he was just a pure winner. Everything was about winning. We got over the line no matter what it takes. And if you can try that, I think that's where United have got away from it a little bit. They're not winners anymore. They're not the ones where they're pushing and knocking on the door in the dying moments of games to score that winner. We've started to see it in the last month or so since Michael took over, trying to instill that back into him. He hasn't changed too much. He hasn't gone crazy. He's gone back to a back four. But other than that, it's just making people play with a smile on their face again with a bit more confidence.
Can you see things are beginning to come back now, aren't they? Long throw-ins, stuff like that. Yeah. Can you ever see two centre forwards, one off them? I can see that coming.
Yeah, I can see it coming.
I think a Haaland, I said, give him a bit of help up there.
Get a little Jermaine Defoe alongside him. Oh,
correct.
My gosh, think about that. That will be trouble. I think stuff needs to change and evolve, and whether you call it evolving or just going back to what it was, it cycles round. It does. Go back to the United and what they've done. I think changing from a back three is bigger than what you think it is, really. I've played with back threes and I always hated it. I did. As a goalie, I always hated it because I've got three players in front of me that don't ever really know whether to come or go. With a back four, everybody knows their slot. They've got their little sections and that's their areas. With a back three, is it his or is it mine? And that indecision sometimes can weigh heavy on defenders.
And Ben, how do you feel about playing out from the back?
I'm so glad that I was just before that playing out from the back. And even
I think it's ludicrous, mate.
There's a time and a place for it, but oh my gosh, why take the risk? And I think everybody started to expose that as well. Now everybody's realised this is why we're seeing so many more long balls. Is that there are so many fit, fast players that see it happening and they can set up for it. Teams are setting up for it.
I remember Bobby Robson, so I'm talking about 70s.
Yep.
Right, he'd look at the back four. and say to Mariner, Marcel, or whoever played up there and said, look, he's the worst on the ball. So don't make it obvious, but let when they want to be clever and play from the back, he's the one you suddenly go now, bang.
I love that.
And you get off them, you score.
That was
the 70s.
It's such a good skill, isn't it? Just not making it obvious, pretending like I'm not even really looking, and you're not even really edging that way. But as soon as the ball goes to him, boom, that's the trigger. Everybody goes.
And I speak to Dino a lot about it, Dean Saunders. I said, Dino, how many goals do they get resulting from your 12-yard box, 18-yard box, excuse me, and go up the other end and score? I says, I can't remember seeing one.
I don't think there's many teams that really do it now, is it? Brighton still do it quite a lot from the back. Man City have completely changed the amount of long balls that Donnarumma does.
Are goalkeepers and centre-backs, are they obliged to do it even though they don't want to?
It depends what the manager asks of you. There's games, I've played games where you know that they're going to sit off you so you can play it out from the back. But if you know people are going to press you, why would you bother? There's no point in risking it. So that's where sometimes you need the players to probably just take it upon themselves a little bit and read the situation, what's going on in the game in front of them, and decide from there. But I think that is the bit that's gone from the modern footballer, is making their own decisions.
As I say, now all of a sudden long throws are going in and causing havoc.
Long throws, corners, balls into the box, just stick it in the mixer basically.
One last one. These surrounding the goalie on the goal line and not letting them move, that's got to stop, surely.
We've always had it, though. We've always had it. I've always had it. Everybody always has it. If they're a smaller goalie, 6'1", then you're going to get stood on. It's as simple as that, because they know it hampers you from being able to move. You've got to be really agile with your feet. You've got to know how to do it as well.
But forwards not even looking at the ball.
Yeah, but they're just standing in their slot, aren't they? They just keep their body as wide as they possibly can, stick their arms out a little bit.
But surely that's obstruction. So the ball's behind them, they're not looking at the ball, and as soon as the keeper moves, they're blocking his run. Surely that is obstruction.
You're talking to a goalie, Alan. I agree with every word you're saying, mate. Pure obstruction is where I come from it at. But they'll look at the review system, they'll look at VAR, and they'll say, no, he hasn't looked at them.
Who looks at VAR? Stevie Wonder, eh?
What do you think of VAR?
Absolute tosh.
No, really, what do you really think? Come on.
It is the worst thing ever invented.
I think I agree, mate.
Coming up, he's taking his armbands off, he's got his wellies. After walking in the rain, he's been wading in, and he's ready to head right up the stairs to the 17th floor for more like head to kneecaps with Ben Foster. Here we go. That's coming next.
Manchester City intend to write to the EFL to request a rule change so that Mark Guéhi is available for the final against Arsenal on the 22nd of next month. A rule change for this season means that players have to be registered before the start of the semi-final in order to be eligible to take part in the remainder of the competition. So Guéhi missed out on that, didn't he? But Pep still needs him for the final. This was him.
I said to the club, they have to ask, yeah, definitely. I don't understand the reason why I cannot play in the final FA Cup, Carabao Cup, in March when I've been here for a long time. So the rules to buy a players on the players, what depends on me, depends the FIFA, UEFA, or the Premier League said, okay, transfer window is open. Once you hire a player, have to play, no? In the competitions, logic is. I don't understand why could not play today, but in the final, in two-man thumb, of course we're going to try to ask to play because it's pure logic.
What do you think the answer will be?
No. To change the rule in something country, no way, but we will try.
Yeah, but all joking apart, why should they change the rules?
Well, look, I think it's a silly rule in the first place.
but it exists. And you can't have the benefit. If you wanted Guehi as a player, you could have signed him in August and paid a full transfer fee. What you've done is you've been able to be in a position where Guehi comes available at a fraction of his worth. So you can't have it always. You've nicked him in a market. Some will say...
Rushes out to the right-hand side, has a man there, throws the interception at the 39-yard line, returning out to numbers 25, 20, Cooper down to the 10, down to the 5, touchdown Eagles! He's got two blockers, he's going to go all the way, 10, 5, touchdown! And the rookie has picked off the superstar!
(9). Here we go after a busy week of League Cup action. The Premier League is back. So let's preview some of the games across the talkSPORT network with this man.
And it just don't matter now.
I'm delighted, by the way, that you've got me the chair that doesn't go up, so it looks like I'm even smaller.
I tell you what, if we bring in our last guest, Big Jim Hamilton, you look Tom Thumb.
I'm going to be honest with you. I noticed that it was coming in and I stayed in the coffee shop.
He was nowhere to be seen.
Was coming in when he was in.
He is a giant. Don't worry about that. It's a very good morning, talkSPORT's chief football commentator, Sam Maraface. What have you been up to this week, Sam?
I did Arsenal, Chelsea Tuesday night and Manchester City, Newcastle on Wednesday night. Two very good games, actually. I thought the first one was very cagey, very tense. Okay, it wasn't the most sort of swashbuckling, but there was something on it. Obviously, that moment at the end for Kai Havertz, quite emotional for Arsenal. You could see what it meant to them. And then I went to the first half was actually quite intriguing in Manchester City, Newcastle, because there was chances at both ends, right? And somehow Newcastle missed all of theirs and City did.
James Trafford saved them. Yeah.
By the way, he played really well.
He played brilliant.
He played brilliantly.
Yeah.
He did really well. And I think there's only one game I think he's made a massive mistake in, which was the Tottenham game, where he gave the ball away.
Yeah.
But he was being asked to play out from the back. So apart from that, he's done a very good job since he's been there. I think he'd be disappointed not to be number one.
It's tough when a big Gigi Donnarumma comes in, though, isn't it?
Of course it is.
What are you going to do?
Right, it's time to play a predictor game. Curse of the Commentator.
Put a spell on you. Cause you're mine.
He texted me earlier, Ray Parler, I'm listening from Egypt. I'm listening.
Well, he needs help, doesn't he? Desperately.
Oh,
so
you're
that's
still ahead?
Well,
Are you?
If you add the two scores together, the ones that you expunged
no.
and the current ones, I'm miles ahead. But I think you'll find we're level. Are we level now on your new rejigged fixed
level?
Game?
So a quick reminder of the rules, especially for Ben. Ben and Sam both have 20 seconds to give our predictions for 3 games across the talkSPORT networks this weekend. For each match, they will get a point for a correct result, 3 points for a correct score, and a 1 bonus point for naming a goal scorer. The scores after a close round last week now sit 21 against 21. There you go. Even Stevens. First up, Leeds host Nottingham Forest under the lights. Good game this. At Ellen Road tonight and exclusively on talkSPORT. Ben, you're our guest. Your first prediction, please.
I'm going to go for a cagey 1-0 win for Nottingham Forest. Leeds, I was expecting big things last week against Arsenal. But 4-0, absolutely nowhere near it. Forest, they are actually 6th in the Premier League form table, so I'm going to go 1-0 win. Igor Jesus with the goal. Igor Jesus.
Okay. Sam, would you agree with us? An interesting point you made there.
Do you know what's really fascinating? Because I thought they got blown away by Arsenal last week, but they're very different under the lights at Ellen Road.
I think so.
Calvert-Lewin has stopped scoring, though, one in his last 6, and it was a penalty. They've actually won their last 3 matches against Nottingham Forest in the league. But Nottingham Forest, as Ben said, been digging out results. They need results. This is huge in the context of who survives, at the bottom of the table. I think both of them will be happy with a point. I'll go 1-1, and I will go... I'll go Calvert-Lewin. Why not?
Will you?
Yeah.
So you're climbing up on the shelf here, 1-1.
Climbing up on the shelf, 1-1. Yeah.
Lily said sitting in this,
Elf on the shelf style.
Right, elf from the shelf. Here we go. Next up tomorrow lunchtime, Michael Carrick's Manchester United take on Tottenham, live and exclusive on talkSPORT. And as Ben played for Man United, we'll let him go first again.
Appreciate that. I'm going to go for another 3-2 Man United win. United top of the form table. Brian Mbeumo to get a brace. Brian Mbeumo has
He's done well, hasn't he?
3rd most shots on target in the Premier League this season. He's already scored 8 goals, so 3-2 on Mbeumo brace.
Yeah, it's 5-5 against Spurs as well. I scored against them twice in the game down.
I like him a lot. He works his socks off. He's got pace. He makes great, intelligent runs.
Okay.
Definitely. Okay, Sam, 20 seconds.
Okay, I'm going to go 3-1 Manchester United. Now, look, they're unbeaten in 8 against Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur, but their away form has really tailed off. I think they've won just one of their last 7 after a really good start of the season on the road. They haven't played particularly well over the course of the last few months. They were better in the second half against Manchester City. I wonder if... listen, they're going to get Mickey van der Ven back, so that's always a bonus. However, I just think Manchester United, they're on the best run for 2 years. Michael's settled in really well. They've had a week to prepare. I'm going to go 3-1 Manchester United, and I'll go Matthias Cunha, who's in good form.
Right, lovely. Okay, the third and final game is Liverpool against Man City. I really feel City can't afford to lose this. They've got to win it. Can they? Sam, what do you think?
No, I don't think they will win it. They've won one of the last 6 in the Premier League. I think it's a massive game for them, but I also think it's a massive game for Liverpool as well. They can't afford to keep dropping points, especially at Anfield, where they haven't been particularly good over the course of the season. Second half of games have been a real problem for Manchester City recently. And I don't know about you, but Florian Wirtz and Hugo Ekitike just starting to connect. I mean, the most prolific partnership in the Premier League so far this season in terms of combinations.
I'm a big Ekitike. I'm a big fan of. When he came, I looked at him. I thought after 2 games, I thought this guy's going to be really, really good.
I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool, Ekitike.
Right, okay. So, Ben, here we go. It's an interesting one, this. I do think City have to win. How do you see it?
I kind of agree with Sam, to be honest with you. I think there's going to be goals. There's always goals when Liverpool are on telly on like 4 p.m. There's always goals with Man City. I'm going to go for a 3-2 Liverpool win. Ekitike with another brace as well.
2 goals, right? Okay. Brilliant. What are you doing this weekend? Ben's going to Twickenham. What games are you at?
I'm going to Man United Tottenham tomorrow for talkSPORT live commentary, 12:30. And I'm going to Liverpool versus Man City. We'll be doing game day live there from 1:30 on Sunday. So 2 big games. And then a big midweek slate of matches next week.
Will you watch Super Bowl?
I will. We actually just talked about it, actually, with the ref outside. We were just working out timings. 11:30, we think it will kick off. So we'll probably be up till about 3:30. But Crookie and I are staying up to watch it in my house on Sunday.
In your house?
Yeah. We're doing the podcast late on Sunday so that we can stay up and then get up late the next morning. Although I think he's going racing at Plumpton the next day.
What is it with all these podcasts?
Huh?
Is this Crookie's betting fund you're getting, all these podcasts?
Well, he needs it. He's not had a great month.
No?
No. Don't tell anyone, but...
Is Mrs. Crook now?
Well, I hope she's not listening. That's all I can say.
I like you're on national radio.
That extension. Costly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, especially now the betting has gone.
I did hear him whisper saying, any chance they'll lend me a couple £100? And I thought, oh, no, Alex, be careful.
The worst thing was he was moaning the other day about his expenses, apparently. Listen, it's just what Gabby told me. I don't know.
What? Oh, Gabby knows everything. How does he get to know everything?
He does, but he tells everyone everything as well. It's a bit worrying.
But I don't understand this expensive life. I never claim expenses here.
Yeah, I know, but you don't really travel around, do you?
Cheltenham.
That's once a year.
Yeah.
He goes to 3 games a week.
See, I feel I'm lucky to be here, so I don't charge.
He gets paid that much money, he doesn't notice it coming out the bank account.
Correct. 9:28.
You don't mean that, man.
Okay, stop
man,
shouting,
let me get the out of here, bro. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Talking about my peoples and all that. It's hard to believe a black man and a white man. The cheated. Tell him to sue me so I can show the facts early. Because when the documentary and everything, the story come out, I'm gonna show everything.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna get all the people that know and all the people that's in the inside. He got people that the inside of him that can know. I don't what? I don't about that.
I'm not a Fury.
I don't about it. I said we didn't want to bring him up in the first place. It ain't got to do with him.
Fair enough.
The you talking about?
And with that, he was out of there. How on earth do you reflect on that? What was he going on about?
Well, look, I mean, at the time, I was a little bit embarrassed because I thought the show's coming off the rails and it was a big show and Deontay Wilder's a big name, so I'm sitting there thinking I'm a bit embarrassed by it. Then I thought, he's a bit of a tit. And then I thought, is he on drugs or something, or is this theatrics? And then I just came around to the conclusion that he's not right. He's not well. And all this ayahuasca stuff it's probably worked in reverse. I thought it was supposed to make you calm and zen-like. Listen, I didn't provoke Deontay Wilder by asking him a question that he didn't want to answer. I asked him a question about something he'd said, not something I was trying to engineer into clickbait. He called Tyson Fury a cheat. He's sitting in England. Tyson Fury, in some people's minds, is a legend in boxing. And so you're sitting in England. I thought, not unreasonable. Someone else asked him the question, and he didn't like it. And he can't answer it. So he gets all agitated and upset about it. He turns it into a debate about oppression. I mean, there's loads more that you didn't see. You know, he threatened to punch me in the face and talked about lynching and God knows whatever else. And I understand that he's got things in his life that have challenged him. But later on in the afternoon, you saw him. He went off to do some other stuff, and he was much more relaxed about it. But that looks to me like a man that's struggling with things, because there was no reason for that reaction. There was no provocation. There was no.
The German leading England. It all sounds a little bit odd, but as Thomas Tuchel tries to bring football home, here's how he ended up in one of the most scrutinised jobs in sport. Well, Tuchel started his footballing journey in the sleepy town of Krimbach. His leadership skills were obvious from an early age, with Tuchel even making subs during PE volleyball sessions. After a knee injury ended his playing career at the age of 25, Tuchel accepted his first coaching role in the Stuttgart U setup in 2000. He led the club's under-19s to their league title 5 years later, but his perceived abrasive personality meant Stuttgart chose not to renew his contract. He went on to spend 5 years at the helm at Mainz before leaving the club for Dortmund. And there, Tuchel secured his first major trophy, the German Cup, in 2017. 8 more pieces of silverware came next for Tuchel in just 5 seasons at PSG, Chelsea and Bayern Munich. And that CV impressed the top brass at the FA.
We found so many similarities and so many things that suited my approach and my hunger to achieve special things. I always wanted to come back to England.
Well, he says all the right things, but is destiny on Tuchel's side?
Yeah, good luck to Amelia. She's off to Brazil, isn't she? For a little break.
Yeah, sounds lovely, that.
The carnival. Lovely.
Yeah, lovely and warm this time of year as well. It'd be great, that will.
Yeah. talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark's Real Sale. It's your last chance to save big in your next car. The sale ends on the 16th of February. Ben Foster alongside me this weekend. All EFL matches are kicking off 1 minute later than usual for the British Heart Foundation. Every Minute Matters campaign to highlight the importance of learning life-saving CPR. I'm delighted to see so many defibrillators around restaurants and places like that, public places. Before, you never seen any. There's a lot more now. Pleased to say John has discussed this a bit more as someone who's widely regarded as one of the most technically gifted and creative English footballers of his generation. A very vocal supporter, of course, of the British Heart Foundation with his own incredible survival story. A very good morning, Glenn Hoddle. Glenn, Hod, morning!
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Oh, you must be gutted at the moment. No golf, raining all the time.
I played the other day. Yeah, I was absolutely useless. It was horrible. No, dreadful. Where's that sunshine? Who's going to Brazil? I might just.
Amelia, our newsreader. Yeah, lovely.
Oh, fantastic. I hope she has a great time. But yeah, we need a little bit of sun, don't we, Al? Really, let's be fair.
Do you know what? I think you look around now, Glenn. You've either got to go to Dubai or you got to go to the Caribbean. Europe's not warm at all at the moment.
No, Spain's been awful, isn't it, in Portugal? But yeah, it'll turn. We'll probably be roasting in the summer. That's how it goes at the moment.
So, Glenn, I just mentioned there about defibrillators, and there's so many people you've experienced that had a problem. Other footballers, I won't mention names, have had bad problems. Some have had scares. But defibrillators around public restaurants and bars and stuff, and people learning how to use them now, it's very, very important, Glenn.
Well, it is, and this is a fantastic campaign that we've been backing for a couple of years now. And it's one of those CPR. Even before the defibrillator out, that's the big thing is CPR. Learn CPR, and it saves lives. And it is a great quote. Every second, actually, every minute matters, because I had a cardiac arrest, and you've got really 3 minutes before things really go. I'd gone for 7 or 8 minutes.
Incredible.
And without CPR, without defibrillators. But you're right, the awareness is becoming better and better. I think everyone that comes out of school or university should know how to do CPR, and that will save someone's life at some stage. And that's what we're hoping right across the board.
Yeah, Glenn, do you ever think back to that day when you had so much, it was heartbreaking? Literally, and then suddenly, amazingly, people on the spot right away, and you're right as rain now. Do you think back much about it? What happened?
Well, you do reflect back to it. It was a crossroads in my life, and I often sit and wonder and think, why was I saved in many ways? I was gone for so many minutes, and if it wasn't for Simon Daniels that saved my life, as I said, I wouldn't be sitting here. And he was trained in CPR, which is so important. This is what this campaign's about, and he saved me, quite frankly. So yeah, I do reflect on it, Al, but it was more the people around me that went through the horrificness of it, and my family. I just woke up in an hospital. I collapsed. BT Studios, and then woke up in the hospital. So I knew nothing about it. Obviously, I had to recuperate and get myself back fit again and able. But no, it was very, very shocking with it, and every second matters when you're in them circumstances.
Glenn, I don't want to pry, but was this just quite simply mechanical? Was it a fault you had? Because people talk about lifestyle. I know so many people who have lived lives fantastic and have had problems. Then I know other people like our good friend Paul Miller, Maxie, he's had a hell of a life, and yet he never gets a cold. He's a jammy git.
I'm seeing him later, actually. No, honestly, I was. That's the part that I had to get my head around. I was absolutely shocked afterwards because, I had a good diet. I'd given up meat back in 1988. I was, eating the right stuff. Really, I wasn't overly had a bad diet or anything like that. So, at the end of the day, you know, cardiac arrest is different to a heart attack, which I didn't know until obviously this happened to me. And a cardiac arrest is, as the surgeons really said to me, it's almost like your electricals to your heart rather than the plumbing. The plumbing is your heart problem, and the electricals are whatever the leads are that go to the heart. And once they're after 3 minutes, then you're in big trouble. And you know, and I was very, very lucky as well to have the people there on hand to deal with it. But no, this is why it's so important to keep yourself, you know, keep yourself checked and whatever. Do your own blood pressure at home, things like that.
What's worse, Glenn? High blood pressure or low? What's worse?
Well, that depends on the body. I mean, it's doesn't mean that because you're high or low one way or the other that you're safe. The doctor would tell you that, but what it does do, if you keep a check on it, then you've got a chance of seeing any signals, any signs that. Because I was in the middle of doing a show,
yeah,
bang, and it just happened. So you just don't know. You just don't know when a cardiac arrest is gonna hit you. As for a heart attack, you might end up starting getting little pains in the chest or in the arm, in the throat. They're little signs to think, oh, I've got to go and see a doctor quickly. I've got to get to hospital. But you know, cardiac arrest is something completely different.
But people don't like to do that, Glenn, do they? They say it's just a bit of indigestion, or it's this, is that. They're scared to go to a hospital and say, I feel someone sitting on my chest, or I've got pains in the chest. Particularly
men as well, Alan, you know, and we look after our cars better than we look after our bodies in many ways. We have our cars checked better than we have our bodies, which is ridiculous, really, in this day and age. As you know, I think it's a really there's so many different things out there now that you can check your blood pressure, you can check all sorts of things now just from your phone or whatever it is. You know, it's incredible. Yeah. So it's there for you. But this campaign is so big, and so you know, every second, as we say, every minute matters, and it's getting, we're going through football to spread to people. I mean, let's face it, there's been more problems in the crowds with heart problems we've ever seen, really, in the modern day game. So it just shows you, doesn't it?
Yeah. Especially if you're watching Spurs at the moment. Jesus.
Well, absolutely, yeah.
So, Glenn, we played earlier, a couple of hours ago now. I remember that great goal you scored. Was it a left foot volley at the lane against Man United? Where you jumped up in the air and just caught it perfect. What a goal that was. Yeah. And normally United against Spurs, we get goals, don't we, normally?
Yeah. I think there'll be goals tomorrow, without a doubt. I think United have got their mojo back. I think Michael Carrick's done absolutely brilliant so far, which happens sometimes when a manager comes in, and be it a caretaker manager in a way. At the moment, he's probably more relaxed than he's ever been in management, and I think that's you know, he's playing the team that suits those individuals, and they've definitely got their mojo back. So Spurs have got it all on to go up to Old Trafford. Last few years, it hasn't been too difficult to go to Old Trafford. You look forward to going to there to play them. But at the moment, they're definitely you know, under Michael in the last few games. It's the quality that they've had to play against. It's been impressive, you know, and they've won both games, particularly the Arsenal and the City game.
Glenn, what do you make of Spurs at the minute? Obviously, the second half against Man City last week. Surely you're watching it, scratching your head, thinking, how can they produce that sort of performance after a first half where they were nowhere near it?
Yeah, I mean, it is a little bit baffling, and we've all been there before. We've all been out on a pitch before when sometimes your team plays like that. As a player and as manager, and sometimes it takes a half time to get into them, whereas really sometimes the rollicking, if you knew, you feel as if the rollicking had to be before the game. They must have had some strong words at half time, and they come out a different side, and all they did is put themselves on the front foot and take away any fear. There's a lot of fear in the stadium at the home games within the players. I can see it. Yes, we've got 13, sometimes 13, 14 players out, and quality players, and that's going to make a big difference. There's no doubt about that. I mean, one quality player comes back, Solanke, and he scored 4 goals in 2 games. So that just shows you what you're missing. So if you get some more quality back, you're going to get better results.
Yeah.
But whilst they're down in the dumps and they're not playing with any confidence, particularly at home, there's a real fear factor within the players. They're playing with chains on, and suddenly they go 2-0 down, and we've all been there. The chains come off, and second half they go on the front foot. You think, like Xavi Simons, just take him. He suddenly started making tackles. He was running at people. He started to play like I think we can see him play eventually on a consistent level. I think he's one that's really found it hard to adjust to the Premier League. It's the toughest, toughest league. It really is. It's much quicker than he's been ever used to. So at the end of the day, he was on the front foot. Everyone was on the front foot. They changed to a back four because Romero came off, and they had a go. In an old-fashioned way, they had a go. They closed people down. They threw the fear out of their game, and then they proved that they can go and play. Even with the squad they've got at the moment, they did enough to actually win it in the end, which was an incredible performance. But you can't perform like that in this Premier League. It will find you out. They've done well in Europe, but no disrespect. The teams apart from Paris Saint-Germain, I'm not sure those teams would be in the Premier League. They might be the top half of the Championship or certainly the bottom half of the Premiership. So, in the Premier League. So, at the end of the day, the European situation isn't like, oh, why can they play so well in Europe and not so well in Well, I think they're playing against a different tempo and a different quality of team.
Yeah, Glenn, there's so many great players in the Premier at the moment, and Arsenal will probably go on and win the Premier. Do you know, I think we talk about signings and value for money. I think Declan has been magnificent for Arsenal, Declan Rice.
Yes, he's a super player, and we saw it all at West Ham, didn't we? But you just felt, well, there's more to come, and he's certainly delivering more. He's got he's got different positions that he's got quality, and he can play deeper. They can release him, and he can be a box threat. He's got every aspect to a midfielder's game, without a doubt. He's better and better. The quality that he's got, and he's a good lad as well. He looks like a good leader. He's going to be, I think he'll be England captain at some stage, and I think he'll be Arsenal's captain. A banker for that at some stage. He's a leader on the pitch, and he's a good lad as well. You can tell he puts the team first, and he's got some really good ability, and I think he'll get better. Even still now, he'll get better and better, and they'll get more experience.
Yeah. Glenn, listen, great. Looking well. Have a great day today. Hopefully the sun will shine. You get back in the golf course where legal. And we'll speak later, mate. Have a great weekend, Glenn.
Lovely. And you guys. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Glenn Hoddle there. What a lot. Do you remember that? That was incredible.
Yeah, scary, isn't it? Like I say, it's just lucky there was people around. It's miracles, isn't it?
Yeah. Incredible. So there you go. Have a look at that. Glenn's dead right, and he's looked into it. Of course he has. CPR as well, not just defibrillators. CPR is very important. Right, 9:45.
Obviously, I don't think he feels particularly happy about his treatment, and I spent a lot of time suggesting to me that a lot of people were very complimentary about his tenure at Spurs, and I went through a roll call of people that were very complimentary about him because he did a good job in my view. May not have won as many things as he could do and should have done, perhaps as Spurs as a football club, but as a person that's built a spaceship that maybe some other captain can fly to the moon, there's a huge amount of potential there.
Okay.
Can I go and do Deontay Wilder now?
Here in Newcastle.
No, you can't. We're sitting up in here in Newcastle. Steve Bruce is asking for you.
Is he?
I'm alongside Alex Crook and Gabby Bonlahor. You're waiting for Chisora and Wilder. Are we right?
Where are you, Simon? You should be up here in the northeast. You're going to get past Watford these days.
I know. I figured to myself, do I want to go up to the north and get a nosebleed? No, I do not. So I stay down here. And what I'll probably get is a nosebleed from Deontay Wilder if I ask some bloody saucy question.
Oh, good luck with him, by the way.
Indeed, have fun. I see Gabby's increasing the tone of the environment up there.
Simon, I've just found out that you actually said that the Saudis wouldn't buy Newcastle, so...
Oh, gee,
they did a week later.
Oh, gee, Gabby, nice to see you're current. That was 3.5 years ago, you clown.
Simon, just before you leave us, on the Tottenham Hotspur situation and the Levy situation, Levy reportedly in discussion to sell 30%, which would work out at £1 billion. Is there pressure on Daniel to sell to these people?
No.
From an ENIC perspective?
Well, no. Not necessarily, because ENIC might not want to jump into bed with these guys. I can't speak to that. But Daniel is a shareholder in his own right. There is pressure, I suspect, on Daniel because we've seen the noise. We saw some of the suggestions that they're going to go and review the policies of a guy that they let...
Rushes out to the right-hand side, has a man there, throws the interception at the 39-yard line. Returning out to numbers 25, 20. Cooper Jean down to the 10, down to the 5. Touchdown, Eagles! He's got 2 blockers. He's going to go all the way. 10, 5, touchdown! And the rookie has picked off the superstar.
Right, coming up 9 minutes to 10, Friday. Don't forget, closing today, 4 p.m, your final chance to win this brilliant holiday. It's a cracker if you've not been. Holiday of a lifetime, some people would say. A 7-day trip for 2 to the New Year's Test in beautiful Cape Town. Plus $2.5 spending money for and by the way, your pound goes a long way over there. For T's and C's and how to enter, head to talksport.com/win. And of course, a huge weekend of sport. The best place to build up to is the weekend breakfast with Shaban and Tony Cascarino. Right, now for a wee bit of this.
Oh, what a catch! Touchdown! Throw to the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown. What a play by Topman Holmes. There's the snap. Brady throws it, and it's caught for another touchdown. Stepping up and throwing deep down the sideline is caught. It's caught. The Patriots win the Super Bowl. There's the Hail Mary, but it's intercepted, and that's the game. It's over.
Yeah, that was me, you two, yeah. McCoy was meant to do it, but he wouldn't mention the Hail Mary, so they bummed him out.
Yep, Super Bowl Sunday this weekend, Super Bowl 60 live for you on talkSPORT. The Patriots take on the Seattle Seahawks.
Yes.
So to finish the show, we thought we'd bring you a quiz.
Right, Fraser.
Just if you were.
He's based in Seattle, wasn't he? Is that
Right,
one of the questions?
that isn't one of the questions, but thank you for putting it
Starbucks.
in. Is that from...
You're from Seattle.
Is it in Seattle, though? It's not in Seattle. It's in San Fran.
Starbucks. The coffee.
Right,
of
you
Seattle
can't write your own quiz.
All right.
Right, so Ben, as we went over last time, just shout out.
Yep.
Okay, there's no organisation on the show. Let's get into it. First player to shout out the answer wins. It's simple. Who is headlining the halftime show?
Oh, Dopey Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny is the correct answer. I'll give you a point there.
Oh, come on. I was only joking. I knew it was Bad Bunny.
I'll give you the point. That's fine. Question number 2. When was the halftime show first held? Closest answer to the year wins.
Who gives it?
1996.
Oh, no, I'll go before that. So it's nearest the pin, isn't it? I'll go 70s or 80s.
Well, if you could give me an actual year instead of 70s and 80s, because we're going to go
That means
closest
it's late 80s.
to.
It
So
means
you're
it's late 80s. Can I change my answer?
I'll go. It was a glorious year, 67.
well done. You got it right.
No way.
VAR intervention. Ollie, are you meaning to be buzzing me the answer?
Well, he hasn't got a clue, has he?
Buzzing it, which means I think he's trying to give someone the answer.
He's holding his fingers up.
Who gave him a tip?
No, me.
He's trying to give you the answers, Ben, but he
I
buzzed
looked
me
at him,
instead.
he gave me one finger, that's all he gave me.
I've got the answers. Ollie, I'll be marking that. You're meant to be...
No. He was whistling something about Celtic won the European Cup.
Question number 3. How many points for a touchdown?
5.
6.
Yes.
Is it? I didn't know that. That was a guess.
Take the rest
I
of the
nearly
day off.
said 7. Didn't I?
Purist over here. Question number 4. What is the name of the Super Bowl trophy?
Oh.
Lombard, is it the Lombard? Yeah.
Oh,
Vince Lombardi.
Lombardo.
No, I promise you, it's just sprung in.
Yeah.
It's Vince Lombardi.
It is
isn't
the Vince Lombardi trophy, yeah.
Who was Vince Lombardi then? Let us in the secret.
Must have been some
Big
sort of
old legend.
Was he Joe
NFL
DiMaggio's
guy.
mate?
He used to drink in Starbucks. Now, a few questions about San Francisco, where the Super Bowl has been held. What is the name of the famous Red Bridge?
Golden Gate.
Yes. What is the name of the old infamous prison in
Alcatraz.
Yeah. What famous band gave their last ever concert in San Francisco back in '66?
What famous what?
Band gave their last concert in San Fran back in '66.
Famous band.
Very famous.
The Doors.
Think of Joe.
Joe.
Think of Joe in The Office.
Oh, Joe.
Go on, what do you call him?
Wee Joe.
Yeah, what do you call him?
Millwall Joe.
Yes, the other name that you always call him.
I can't remember.
Beatles Joe. The Beatles.
Did they really? Of course they did.
Did you know that, Ben?
Yep.
Yeah,
Of course
very
they
well.
did.
Across all those guys a hub. Why were the famous cable cars brought in?
Is it anything to do with earthquakes and... No, I don't know.
Okay. Hey, Ben, harvest a guess. Why do you
Very,
think
very, very hilly,
The
isn't
river,
it?
because of the hills.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
but why did they bring the cable cars in?
To get people from one place to another, I don't know.
I didn't write this quiz, I just read it, but apparently it was to stop horses from falling down the hill.
Because it is steep, as in Steve McQueen found out in Bullet.
Yes. What?
Yeah, great movie.
Do you want to put the cheese head on,
No.
Ben? Come on. One for the
I'll
road.
get in the
'cause you've-
spirit of it.
You've been absolutely brilliant. So
Who's Gavin?
That's Big Ginge.
that'll be well, Gavin. Go on, Al. Come on.
I need a bigger hat.
People are watching on the smart TV and
Oh, yeah, tell me about
the
it.
YouTube chat. It's just nice for them to see you
Oh,
have
this
some
is
fun.
minging. Look.
That's
Everyone's
been on
had
it.
this on.
It's actually made to measure. It's actually struggling to go on his head. Why is this not going to...
Should have got headphones on YouTube. I think.
Go on then. Take them off. See if it fits.
There you go.
There you go. Stunning. I bet you'll be having that hat on holiday in a couple of weeks' time.
My name is Forrest. Come on, get on with it.
That's the end of the quiz.
That's it.
I don't even know who won, but I think it was Al because of the general knowledge at the end there.
I just suddenly kicked in, didn't I?
I got a big lump of cheese on my head, by the way. I can't believe it. Believe it? No.
Who's
no,
it? Where's the cheese? Is it Philip? Who is it? Who is it?
It's come to this, doesn't it? It's come to
Now listen, I will watch it. I won't watch it all, but I will watch it.
What did the cheese say when he was taking his picture? Cheese.
Ah, come on.
Which cheese is made backwards? No, wait.
Edam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dutch.
Cheese
Dutch.
one in there?
No, that's it. That's it.
Anyway, great chat, guys. I'm looking forward to the Super Bowl. It's live on talkSPORT this Sunday. Who do you want to win?
I'll go for New England.
Okay.
The underdogs.
Sorry, quickly, I was late this morning. I'm really sorry. A lorry tipped over on the motorway. Debris everywhere. Oh, come on. That's not bad.
There's plenty of cheese jokes, and I can't think what they are.
No, I don't know any. Don't know.
That was stinking, Ben. Anyway, it was good to see you guys. Love you. Have a good day. Bye.
Brilliant, Shaban. Have a great weekend. Right, I'm back on hopefully Wednesday. It's going to be a great weekend. Football's brilliant. Really looking forward to it. I'm going to do nothing. I'm going to stay at home over Saturday, Sunday, just watching sport. What are you up to, Ben? You've got Twickenham.
Rugby tomorrow. Perfect. All there.
Looking forward to that as well. So listen, thank you. Loads of great texts and emails I've had this week, and brilliant listening figures as well. So I can't thank you enough. Keep listening to Sports Breakfast, but don't go away. Big Crookie and Little Sam coming next.